We're live. Good evening, everyone.
Good
Good
evening.
Good
evening.
evening.
Good evening.
Evening blessings and salutations.
Blessings.
Oh wow, I didn't realize we got 7 comments already. Good
We're
evening.
para. Baby, we're para. Take out so long.
No, actually, because I put 2 posts up.
Oh, word.
Yeah, in regards to this, men versus women. And so just to get the conversation going. So I just want to, again, thank everybody who's logging in. And again, remind our viewers to don't forget to go over to our YouTube channel and subscribe because, like I said, you never know what Facebook's going to do. I want to acknowledge we have a new guest tonight with us, Jerome, who is
Good night.
St. Martin. And he is joining us tonight to do these, to have this, be part of this men. I don't know if it's necessarily men versus women discussion, but it's maybe there might be
Next topic.
that are
Call it what it is.
more with the men
Call it
versus
what it is.
when it resonates with the women. Just so everybody knows, I did earlier today, I put up a post to start the discussion tonight. And the first one that I put up 2, the first one that I put up was, who loves harder, men or women? And explain your answer. Since I usually ask the questions and I never really always talk, I'm the moderator. I honestly think that I don't even know if you can really answer that question, but I do believe that it appears that women, in some instances, love harder just because of how women are emotional beings. But then there's another part of me that thinks, well, maybe men love harder than women because when things are going awry, men sometimes want to be killing people. So you don't really see that with women. You see women angry and doing stuff because of love, but to actually end somebody's life, I'm just putting it out there.
I don't know if that's love. I'm
just
different
saying.
thing.
That's
I'm
mental.
just saying.
That's obsession.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's a hard question, but hey.
But I guess you could tie love into it. Love is what caused that pain. So the reaction,
loss of love.
The loss of love, and then you have a reaction to that.
Correct.
Or maybe is you have narcissistic tendencies.
True. But
I think it's like development. Men usually come into that feeling a little bit later down the line, and women are just fall in love like quicker. I think it's just, they just have to marinate, So that's why I think men eventually love harder, but women just love quicker. That's just my opinion.
It's a good point.
Well, I think that
Yeah.
when it comes to towards the end, when it's about to end, usually we love harder because we're the ones who usually cause it to end sometimes.
Exactly.
You
You pull out all the stops. You see all kinds
there
of
you
things
go. So
coming
you
out,
want to
man.
put it together.
Well,
Or
hold
is
Or
it
is it
down.
that you just don't last? Sometimes when you leave in them, and when all of a sudden now they have to proclaim their ever dying love, and you've been gone.
You done gone.
You're already checked out. And by the time they figure it out and they so love you, so sometimes I believe it's because they're losing you and they're well about to get dry and systems start to crack. And that's when they realize how thirsty they is all of a sudden. And
But I read somewhere that women,
That's the key subject.
women when they're done with you, and they let you know that there's it takes over a period of time. They give you signs. If you pick up on the signs, and then when they're finished, was that?
See that, Ranchi?
Oh, his connection.
he has a
Yeah. So
problem.
when they're done with you, it's like they're done. It's
Yeah.
like time to move to the next.
when you check
I do,
out, that's it.
Go ahead,
I
Jerome.
do believe as well, some men right now in a relationship, when they get separated, there's more confusion going on with themselves. So they kind of don't understand what's happening. So in that little time when that's going on, the other partner has more control and understand. Okay, I'm fed up. I'm done with it. And that's
Well,
where he's becoming to realize his loss and what's going on. And then is when he wants to express more of his feelings when it goes a
well,
little south.
you know what happens, Jerome? The thing about that is when a woman is done, she's done like 5 months before she's done. So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
from the time she's like, yeah, deuces, she already started the healing process already.
Correct.
So she's already like, yeah,
Yep.
like from the time she in her mind she's like done. She's gonna play along, be all nicey, still give you the booty here and there,
Yeah.
and then when
Yeah.
the time comes now, and she's just like, okay,
That's it.
I got this.
That's it.
Bags
Deuces.
packed, you in
And
the
then
car.
No, she got
Right.
she got a whole new apartment, a whole new house all by
Yeah.
herself,
Yeah.
That is
done
very
ready to go.
Let me
Like, when
tell
did
you,
that
let me
happen?
tell you, let me tell
That
you
is very
something.
true.
I
Sold out the
know
black
of
book already.
someone, I know of someone who was not in a very good marriage. And the wife made a lot of money.
You lost one
And
again.
yeah. And when they I guess she decided that she was done. I don't really know what all the conversations were leading up to it, but a year prior, she had already started getting some counseling. And when she decided she was gone, he came home and the whole house was gone. I mean, well, content.
Empty. Yeah.
All the contents were
Yeah.
gone.
And she was living in a gated community. Okay, so
Wow.
it wasn't going to be any. I'm gonna try and but it's interesting because in my little time of dating, men said "I love you" before I even thought it in my head.
I know you'd be like, what the hell wrong with you?
That's a trick to trap you. That's how they trick you.
Yeah, I don't think that was. I don't think they were telling the truth.
No, that's a trick to trap you. So make you say, "Oh my God, you already love me." Well,
Yeah, I got that
let me
the other
stick
day.
around
I was
and
like,
find out
But
why. Like,
Karen
what's gonna happen?
Karen brought up the point. Men love quicker, and I mean it could be genuine in some cases.
no, women love
No,
quicker.
women love
Men
I
take
mean,
a
women
longer time.
love.
catch up.
Men,
Well,
men
Men
may
eventually
feel
catch
it,
up.
but they.
But you just
I
said
think
that
they're a little
men
bit
say
more
it first.
rational. I think men are more rational when
Yeah,
it
but
comes
not
to
because they say it. I mean, it's true. I
Yeah, it's
mean,
not true.
I
It's
But
not
some of
true.
them, some of them really
because
do.
men know that
because women say it's true.
No, not necessarily. I'm just saying
Okay,
from
it's like
experience,
Halima said, it's a
men
trap.
just say it to trap you because they know females.
So
like
women
those
say to
words.
trap you also then.
No, because women show you they love you
Yeah,
and say
yeah.
it.
I
They
think
show you men just say it
that's
without
entrapment.
action.
That's entrapment too. Women, yeah, especially if you got it going on. Oh yeah, I love him. I love
Men are
him.
not going to be so open to love as women. We're more emotional. So
Yeah.
I think they
we're
are.
all
I think they're
quicker,
just not open to
I
expressing
wouldn't
it.
necessarily say that. I
Men
wouldn't
aren't
say men were not
expressive.
open.
They're not
not
as
open to
expressive,
love.
but they and I would
I'd
say
like to hear
about
your perspective, Jerome. Sorry, Karen, go ahead.
with the men species, and this is for men. Like I think when men come to love, they're a little bit more logical than women because they don't ride off of the emotions like women do. Like
I agree.
you grab us with the I love yous and the little a little flower on a Friday, and we don't swear we in love. But men are more strategical. They more look at if I tell this woman I love, I got to keep her for a long time. So they think more. So it kind of bother me when they jump up and say I love you.
But I honestly believe it's if you go through the different hoops and the extents, I think it comes from a real space. I think it comes from a genuine place.
Wait a minute, Jerome was going to say something. Go ahead, Jerome.
What I find really from my perspective, from my understanding, how I see it is, I'm not speaking because there's different genders of guys, and the guys, when I say gender, there are different different composures of men, the body language and everything, it changes. But what I'm trying to explain is like men in generally are very conservative. They pay attention to what the woman is like. They pay attention to what they wear, the way they speak, what their goals are. They don't individually just say it randomly, 1, 2, 3, but they're watching and they're thinking it. And at sometimes you have another set of guys that don't really care about that. However, the female is at that particular time dressed or how she's treating herself, that's what they want. So if you look at, I'll speak for myself. My mom loves me a particular way, and I want to say how she treat me. I'm going to look for that in a woman. I'm going to look at those little key things that made my mom show me that love that I want. So when you say men come to a point and they say like, oh, they're quick to say they love you, it's probably what they've been nurtured with, and they see that coming from the female. So now they're going to say, hey, you know what, they're going to recognize that, and they're going to say, okay, you know what, that looks like someone I can say I love you too. You know, so that's that little wager is how they're being brought it up and how they respect women at a certain time. So if a woman doesn't respect herself, that you will not hear a man turn around and say I love you just like that. A real man, you won't do that. You won't do that.
Right.
So then after they said they love you and then they don't show up in a loving way, was it true or was it false? Because she was saying when she was dating, and I only using you as an example because I really don't have much example to go off of, but you said when you were dating, they would show up very early in the relationship saying they love you, but then it was never back.
Wouldn't put it out. They wouldn't put it out. Yeah.
Now, research, I'm going to just go with some math. I'm going to just go with some statistics. On a first date, a man is 4 times likely to want to have sex on a first date than a woman. So we have to understand that men have a higher sex drive and a higher tendency and desire for sex.
That depends on the age.
That's not. No,
Of
that's not
course,
true.
it depends on the individual.
That's
It
not
sure
true.
depends on. Okay,
That's-
Yano. So
yeah.
you saying that when you go on a date,
No,
and you
don't
went
use
on
me.
a second,
Don't use
third date,
me
you
as
really
an
love
example.
that sex.
Whoa,
That's what
don't
you're
use me
saying.
as an example. I'm in a different age bracket now. I'm in a different.
Remove that.
One at a
Remove
time.
that. Remove that. Lucian, that we use you.
Like, let
You
me
say you on second, third date, you ain't thinking sex, you thinking love. That's what
Let me-
that's what
let me say
I
this.
ask all the guys.
I
want you to
think
ask
it
the
is-
guys.
for every
I take it in from the time I see
situation
you.
every situation is different. You can't
Of
say
course.
men or women. It depends on your background. It depends on what you've been through.
No doubt.
If you just came out of a really bad relationship, you're not gonna be like, I love you like that. That ain't gonna happen. Whereas somebody who has been single for a long time and they have done work on themselves and they see that this person is worthy of their love, then they're gonna be like, yeah, I love you.
We talking about men here or we talking about women?
But I want to say something. I want to say something. Let me be honest about something because we talked about this in a past show, love, lust, and lure. Remember when we talked about this, Karen made a comment with regard to she've already planned a whole wedding. So yeah, when you see somebody, there's that physical attraction. You've thought about these different things. You've thought
We ain't
about.
going on a second date if I ain't attracted to you.
But I'm saying you've thought when you see this person, you've thought like just answering to Pinky. Yeah, you've thought about sex. Yeah, you've thought about many things with this person.
Yeah, because you find a person attractive, that means you think sexually.
I do. But that's the thought. I'm saying it happens. It happens. It does.
It happens.
It does.
After attraction comes what? What are you attracting to do? Attracting to be friend?
Until you open your mouth and then you figure out what
it's
went
like
on.
it's like an action of to start that wheel. I mean, if you find somebody attractive, it's with the intentions of what? Like,
well, it depends. Like everybody keeps saying, because every time you find somebody attractive, that means you want to have sex with them or even be in a relationship with them. You online dating, let me use that as an example. The first thing is the attraction. The person look attractive, you're attractive to the person. Then you get to talk to them, then you get to know them, and then as the relationship progresses.
Yeah, but we're talking about the whole thing. The question is, who loves harder? It could be 10 years down the road. It could be 20 years down the road.
Men love harder.
I think men love harder because they're so guarded. Yeah, you see, I have to listen.
I think they not because they're guarded.
It varies, though.
Because they're more
not all.
strategic.
That's such a
They're more
blanket statement.
strategic when it comes to.
I just don't think that they're very open to love. I mean, okay, this is coming from a person. I either misunderstand what I'm saying, either cut me off dead center, and I don't let me finish what I'm saying. Women are more emotional creatures. That's what I'm saying. So we are more emotional. You know, love is an emotion. I'm saying guys are not entering relationships. if man was to fall in love as fast as women, when I have more sexual partners than women, what would the world look like? And we just
It's not
look at it from
necessarily
a
true, though.
mathematical
Okay, wait.
perspective.
Wait, let me
That's
say
not
something,
really
right?
true.
Let me just
So
let me
you
just
saying that
No, it's not.
men don't have more sexual partners than women?
No, I think
No,
it's
no,
balance.
no. That's
I
not.
think
That's
it's
not.
balance.
No, that's not necessarily
Okay.
true.
Balance.
I mean, it varies. It varies. It
Okay.
varies.
Oh,
okay,
of
let me
course
let
it
me say
differs,
something.
Louisianos.
Let me read some
I can't
comments.
deal with the
It
constant
says
bashing.
it says one of the people that answered Aisha, she
Sorry.
said her feeling is that men love harder, women love longer. Mbaku said both. I'm gonna come back to yours, Halima. Halima wrote a long
Yeah,
thing.
mine was very long. Yeah, don't read that.
That's
one.
okay. Reset said women, I think, love faster, but once the man fully loves, he loves harder. This is coming from a married woman. And then Mark Richardson said men love harder. Women love you hard up to the moment she can't get her way with you. So let me read Halima's. Halima said both. They just express it differently. Women are constantly verbally expressing their love, but men show their love through action. On the surface, it would appear the woman is more in love than the man because she's always saying it while he's silent. We also believe women love harder because we try the hardest to make a broken relationship work and put up with a lot before we end the relationship. And again, we verbally say what we're doing to make it work. However, men tend to suffer in silence, but still do things to try and make the relationship work. But you will not hear his partner say this. We will assume he was doing nothing and didn't care. What is
Halima sounds about right. Well said, honey. Well said.
Since Halima wrote that, what do you men say about that? Do you agree? Do you disagree?
That was
You can go ahead. We can hear you, Archie.
no.
That
I
was
missed
so
it.
deep, you can't catch it, eh?
Yeah, that was a little deep. But besides the deepness, like
No, I
get there like an
honestly,
in
it
and out
wasn't.
audio here right now. That's troubling me. That's why I'm in and out with the net.
That's a prickly question right there.
It's prickly. Okay, so then let's do this. We're gonna start with you, Jerome. Do you think, and again, this is completely a overgeneralized question, right? As a male, do you think men love harder than women? Or not?
Not necessarily. I find it's a little deeper and depends on the situation, but I think it's balanced. Because the reason why I say that, I do speak to certain people here in Samar concerning relationships as well, and the most thing that I get is that the comprehension of when someone is growing up via like how it's going on with their lives now from when they were small, it still ends back up to the same thing. So it's very complicated to say that, but I think it's based on how the person comprehension when they grow up. So men, I think it's balanced. It's
You
balanced.
think it's balanced? Okay, Louis, how about you?
I mean, it's based on the relationship. It's based on so many different variables. You know, men do, and I could speak from my experience. I am when I get involved in a situation, I get to that point. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely put in. I aim to please. So I guess the thing is, yeah, your love is going to come across a little bit, probably a little bit more intense. Not saying that I'm not receiving that in return, but again, you know, it's based on the situation. You might want to go a little bit more, a little bit more deeper, and that's just again from a male perspective. You know, you want to make sure there's security in that relationship, and that's I think loving harder is a form of a security blanket where you maintain and you want to keep that where it's at. Of course, there's a different side to that now. Women, they have a different way of a different approach to that, and that's fine also. I can't say that one outweighs the next, really and truly. It really based on the situation at the end of the day.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know what? We kind of been on this for a little
We
while.
could, yeah, we could go line
We
on
could,
this, you know.
so at the end of the day, it really varies. That's a statement that is weighted, basically.
No, man does love harder.
Okay, go ahead.
Man does love harder.
I think
Man
most
does
of
love
the
harder.
time man love harder.
Man does love
Sorry.
harder. Women show the emotions more than men, but men love more than women, love harder. A man does not express and show his emotions. That's one thing. All the fellas them in this chat come around. So it's said we don't show emotions as a women do. Women express the emotions on a daily, everything they show. Men don't show that because we have to be hard. But men love harder. It's the reason why 10 years later, when a woman cut you off, she done with you. A man could still be done today, and 6 months later he willing to take you back if he really love you. 10 years down the line, you was with 3 other fellas, you was with his best friend. He don't care. When he say he love you, he loves you. There's a reason men jump off of bridges, and they got men that is kill themselves, and they got men that is trying to kill women, and men just go local because the women hurt them and leave them because men love harder. They did not show their emotions, but men love harder. And I'm gonna leave it there. Or you can say what you want. Lou, we could sit there and put keep that face, keep that look in his face.
Because you know what? No, because
He
I'm be honest with you. I'm be honest with you.
had that girl.
I'll be honest with you. My love language is words of affirmation, so I like to let you know that. Like you said, women, you know, I like to let you know how I feel. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna show that. But that's how we talk about an individual situation. You feel me?
Yeah, but like what Raji said, so it's somebody from back in the day who you really truly love.
You see the smile on his face?
That's a different. That's a different
If she
era.
come
I
back
mean,
now, Louis, if she
It's in
come
a
back
different
now,
era. It's not
No,
about
man.
the
And
era.
she will approach you.
It's about a connection and a
Nah.
whole strong that
I think
connection.
the question. I
It
think the
lasts
question
longer
is. I
with
think
men.
the. I think the question is.
Right? Let me say this. First of all, Ranchi, I have never heard no dude taking back no woman who cheat on them. Now,
It's after the
women
friend
now-
with a friend.
I went
From 3 years ago.
over exaggerated a lot. Over exaggerated a lot. But you know what I mean?
Like, they got women who like have been cheated on throughout the entire relationship, and they're still there
And still stay.
and still there. You think
Why?
that a
that's
man,
not love,
They
though. That's
just-
dependent.
But they're there for the investment. They're there
Yeah.
for the investment.
man,
They're there
no.
for the time that they put in.
To me,
They're there
women
because they
love
know they didn't get better, and that's the best thing they ever had.
Nah,
Or
man,
the plotting and scheming to leave you.
Are they plotting and scheming to leave you?
Revenge
Okay.
is best of cold.
There you
We
go.
gonna
And
talk-
women
we gonna
love that
talk about
revenge
that
stuff.
so exactly. So then
Women
women
love to go on that
definitely
attack.
love harder. Because a woman will freaking sit down there, as you said before, and she would sit down there and
Take that
flat.
pain.
Yeah, she would
Take that
take it.
pain. She
She
take
would
the
take
pain.
it.
Man can't
You know.
take. Man
You have women
cannot
them
take.
you have women
pain.
who have stayed with men after they went on there, had children on their hands.
God, it's true.
Why?
You think a man doing that? Randy
But
doing that?
but
But
the
But let me ask.
question
But let me
is-
ask. Let me ask the men a question here. How many of you have had a woman leave you and I take it saying down?
Uh-huh.
But the question is, did you love
just asked-
the person?
I just.
Because we equate it.
So wait. So you think if I in love with somebody and she leave me, I gonna just sit on there and just take it easy?
I don't know. I ain't a
What you
man.
want?
I'm saying,
don't
but
think
this,
like
that's
a
why I
man.
asked the
What
men.
you
But that's
want
why I
to do?
said
You want to
men.
jump off a bridge? What you want to do?
We ain't gonna jump off the bridge though. That's a little extreme.
What you want to do? Play a boom
That's
back
a little
upside the
extreme.
house?
But because I'm saying love hurts at the end of the day, you don't love her too.
Of course, you
I
don't
think
love. Of
I
course,
think
you love.
men more.
I
the love from men-
personally
from
said
men.
different. If you, as much as I love you, as much as I love you, I will forever love you. But if you want me out of your space, I out of your space. That doesn't change my love for you. That doesn't mean 20 years. That mean I
Correct.
thinking about you. That mean I dreaming about you.
But that's deep
That
love,
mean
though.
I wishing that we were still together. But you needed me out of your space. So I'm gonna just get out of your space. I'm gonna leave that to you. I'm not coming outside your house to play a bomb box. I'm not sending flowers to your job and embarrassing myself and have your friends laughing at me. No, I ain't doing
You
that.
never try to make up.
I ain't doing it.
But that's-
I ain't going that far.
That's deep love,
Really?
though, Ranchi. That's
Out
deep
of-
love.
Out of my
That's
house.
deep.
Get
Especially if you had five.
out. No.
That's a
If I
deep.
had,
That's a different
if,
type of love.
if I had
That's
fault,
deep.
I would apologize. I would apologize, whatever. Most times I had
I-
fault. Me personally, most times everything I was at fault. Nonetheless, I am not holding up a sign and sending a plane and I love you and I
no,
ain't
no,
doing
no,
that.
no, no.
I'm not doing that. I gonna
There's levels.
apologize.
There's
I gonna
levels to this, you know.
apologize. I gonna ask, for us to rekindle. I gonna ask us to work it out. I'm gonna do that. But I'm not going that distance where I'm begging you to be with you. No.
You're gonna
My
take out
loving,
a full page ad.
no.
in the
Even
My
if you
newspaper.
do
loving,
wrong,
my
even if
love
you
ain't
do wrong,
expressing that way.
even if you do wrong,
Even if I do wrong, I ain't
you're
going
not
that
going to
far.
beg for that.
I ain't going that far. I would ask. But if you make up your mind, if the female makes up her mind that no, she ain't doing it, she needs to be alone. Even though if she needed for a while, some time, she needs a break for some time to catch herself, to see if she really wanted. I don't mind. I'll give you that break. But I am not sitting down and begging you and sitting outside your door in the rain. I ain't doing none of that. No. I gonna go mommy house. They got bed, old bedroom. I probably got some posters on the wall. I just cool out there for a while. Camp out.
Ranchi, let me ask you something. Ranchi. In 2000, no, in 1999, I did a wedding, and this gentleman came to St. Martin on vacation, and he did not know exactly what to do. He did know he needed to go on vacation away from his family, and then when he came down here, he was speaking to us, and he was saying he wanted to get married, but he doesn't know how to get married. So we spoke with him. We had a couple conversations with him before he actually said, you know what, I'm ready to do it. Now, what the idea was, he did not know what was going on until we sit down and talk with him. And we said, hey, you know what? Call for your wife to come down, leave her come down with her cousins and stuff. And when she comes, we'll put up a sign. If you're so sure you want to get married to her, you put up a sign outside of the airport, which I still have pictures of that. And he did it. And he put big and broad by Thrifty Car Rental, I want to marry you. She saw that when she came in, and she didn't realize what was going on. And when she came in, he said, big sign, said, I'm sorry, and he was on his knees. What would you say about something like that? What
That's
kind of
so
love is that?
romantic. That's such a romantic
What kind
gesture.
of love is that? Is that just a love, or is that more deeper? Is that
No, that's his love. That's his way of doing it.
That's
He
he
was
do something
proposing.
wrong. He do
He was-
something wrong. For them to go to that
no?
extent, they do
That's him
something
begging.
wrong.
Actually, that's him actually begging.
Cause he did
Because he
something
left.
wrong.
No,
messed
no.
up.
Actually,
Okay,
actually,
okay.
I actually
Had
know
nothing to
someone.
do with love.
If you're saying that he was begging, that's him trying to make up. I would say he's wrong.
He do something wrong.
Don't
did something.
That
don't
got nothing to do
apologize.
with love.
Don't
That got nothing to
apologize
do with love.
or make the relationship now the ring that she always wanted. Don't make a wedding be on a sorry for what you had did before. No, for me, I find that wrong. That
Yes,
idiot move.
that is
Yep.
wrong.
Okay.
There's a
That's
difference
true.
between I'm
Yeah.
sorry and I
That's very true.
apologize.
Yeah,
Always
that's
Remember, he wanted to
Anytime
get married
somebody
already. He
start
just didn't
with-
know how to do none of that.
yeah, but have a conversation. If she wanted, she wanted. Talk to her.
You do
But
something
I'm
wrong.
not going to say, hey, let me get married, babe. I know you always want to get married. This is my oh my God moment. Let me just fix everything. No, you crazy. No way. Then you stuck.
I think
And then
men
you
love
stuck
deep, though. I
after.
think
And then
men
you're like,
love
oh shoot, boy, I really made a mistake. No.
I don't know why people do that though. Get married to solve the problem because a woman, let me tell you, a woman mind I get twisted, Especially if she could hit that Google button. The amount of things she gonna think about to do to you after she done marry you. Leave her alone. Don't apologize. There's a difference when somebody say, I'm sorry and I apologize. Apology is accepting that you done something wrong and you're ready to rectify. I'm sorry that I did something wrong. Let's move on. They ain't taking no accountability. So he do something wrong. He deserves to be in St. Martin with a sign, bawling, will you marry me? He didn't even
Yeah,
have
yeah. He went too far there. He went too far.
Okay,
I would
well,
have laughed. She say yes?
what did she say?
Yeah, they got married. I spoke to them about just December last year. They're in Colorado. They just bought another house, so they're in Colorado.
Oh, okay.
Good for them.
Be happy.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Trina, is there any question you want to address the panel?
Not right now.
Okay.
Later.
Is there any question, Halima, that you wanted to address?
Yeah, so I have a debate with my friends them, And as usual, I I am the devil advocate. So I have the one side of female saying they will never in their life go on one knee and propose to their partner. And then I have the guy saying, why not? If you love me, you should. So my question is, you know, what do you prefer? Do the men want their females to say, will you marry me? And do the women feel they should do that? Me, I don't care. It's like wherever. I personally don't want to get married, so he gonna have to ask me anyway. So for me, it don't matter.
Whatever
I
happened
just
to
want to know
staying in your
why
own
everybody is so mad about it. Like whoever proposes, why is it wrong for them to propose? That's my question. If a woman do it, why is it wrong? You know, if a man wants the woman to do it, why is that wrong? Like, what is so caught up with this traditional gender role that a man have to ask?
Lucien, so if a woman go down on her knees and she said, Lucien, I want your hand in marriage.
That's been done before.
Oh,
and what did you say?
He said no.
Not married, so he said no.
He said no.
He said no.
Yeah, because my thing about it is like, she just was she was just very obsessive, and you know, and to me it's just like I knew that she just wasn't the person for me. You know what I'm saying? And that was her last ditch effort to try to, like, you know, hold on. And I was just like, yeah, no, because in my mind, I'm not going to see people just take marriage as something simple. You know what I'm saying? And I've always looked at marriage as something that's like, if I can be in it for the longevity, I just ain't gonna mess with it. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be somebody who's just like, I feel like that person, like when, you know, like we're talking about breaking up and stuff, like most of the time we break up is because we actually, and then we want to run back. It's because we're just used to that person. But then usually, you know, when the person is not good for you or not, but you just want to go back because you feel like, you know, you have history with that person. You've gotten to, like, and you just don't want to move on because you don't want to start over. But most of the time when we look to break up, it's like, it's for a reason. Like, that's just how it is.
So what if, okay, so in that case, it didn't work. But if it was someone who
you really love, would you want her to ask you?
Would it matter to you if they proposed to you versus you got the opportunity to propose to them?
I mean, it's right now the traditional role is pretty much out the door. So if she kneel long and she say, boom, you know,
you gonna wear that engagement ring?
If I wear the engagement ring?
Yeah. I mean, on her knees with a ring to you. She's asking you to marry her. She is giving an engagement ring.
I would. Especially with somebody who I want to get married to, yeah.
Exactly, you want to marry.
And then,
if you wanted to get married, why didn't you ask her first? I mean,
no, because maybe my time frame and her time frame is two different things. And then I would still come back and propose to her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You propose to me, I come back and propose to you.
I ain't asking nobody to marry me. No.
Neither me. I will you on that one, Karen. I don't think it's wrong for anybody. If
To
it's
each
what
his
they
own.
want to do, they're comfortable with it, then I said go ahead, be happy. It's not wrong for a woman to propose. It's not wrong. You know, I just tradition as a old fashioned, you know, old school. I ask them.
I don't even see it as being old fashioned, and I understand that. And I think this gender role thing that people are being so fluid with, you know, it's applicable to where it's applicable to. But sometimes you got to stay in your lane, because if you ask him to marry, what are you going to do next? Hold on the household? Hold on the fort? You're going to start wearing the pants and telling him what to do because you ask him into this marriage. So you in charge. Some women get like that. Like,
meaning that.
Like they
like a man to be a man.
Yeah, I'm just saying, this is just me, and I understand where they feel that women and men should be equal.
Karen, let me ask you this. If the tradition started with women saying, boom, they were the one who was asking to be married, we won't be having this conversation.
No, we would, because it had been the same thing. Can men ask you to get married?
It's a traditional thing. So if the tradition is that we look at things like if
I don't even see it as being. I wouldn't even conflict it. I just see when women go down and they want me, they're just desperate. A man don't know what he wants from the day he meets you.
She go down on both knees.
She needs to listen.
Well,
Let me tell you, she might be the first one to
let me just
knock
add a
my
little bit.
turn
I
upside
think that
the
would
head
be
if they do
something
that. I'll be like,
exciting to see.
You're gonna
Jerome
go
saying,
in and
Jerome?
get
she got on both knees. So,
Oh God, Jerome, what were you saying?
I think that's
I just
something
would.
exciting to see because there's so much regular. You know, I wouldn't want to say a man proposing is regular, but it's been done so much times. Why can't the woman actually do it? I'm still trying to understand. It gives off like embarrassment. It gives off different
Desperado.
different, yeah,
Yeah, but
it's something
I
different
think people
because
who
there's
say that
like
is
a lot
based
of
on
resistance.
their view. Yeah, people
I
who
just
say
There's a
that,
lot of
But-
that's how
resistance
you
for
and you're
females
feel.
But
to
here's
actually do
That's
that.
how
It's like
you
she's
feel.
bowing
but
down.
here's the
Yes,
thing.
but
Feels like she
Here's the
doesn't want to
thing.
bow down or something like that. It's weird.
Here's the thing. Women, you talk about women being emotional. Are you prepared to deal with the response if it's no?
I can't take
you
rejection,
better be.
so I know I ain't gonna be good.
Yes,
You
yes,
better be
yes.
ready to
I
hear
don't even
no.
want nobody tell me no on a
Because
regular.
you've already mustered up all this courage to do this. Again, this is against the grain because this is not to a conscious society. This is not normal. So you went above and beyond, and then to hear, nah, baby, I'm not ready right now. You can handle that.
I can't even take no on a regular. I
I
don't take
believe
no on a
so.
whole engagement. No, sir.
If you
Yeah,
ask
yeah,
somebody
You
before-
to
better say
get
yes.
married,
Are you
have to
asking
be
that on a
prepared to hear no.
female's
Say, you
perspective, or are
figure
you
it out.
asking it from the men's perspective as a rejection from the men, or the rejection of a female doing it and
Not-
then getting rejected? Is that what you mean, Louis?
Yeah.
No,
That's a-
definitely a woman doing it and being rejected. A female
And they're
being
being
rejected.
rejected.
Exactly
you
what
about
I
to
said.
get it. Yeah, you about to get that. Yeah, that's something that
Yeah, I think about it. If
I
you
think
have to ask
it'll
him,
be very emotional. It'll
Listen.
be very emotional.
Listen,
Most definitely.
listen.
I ain't taking no, so I know me that.
Women shouldn't be doing that. Women shouldn't be doing that.
I know I
take-
like crunchy for
You can't turn around and say you want a man be the man and man be the man of the house and this and that. Man is man and man is this and that. And you gonna tell me I gonna leave my woman go down on her knee to propose to me? I gonna tell you no. I gonna cuss. I gonna get upset. We need 2 days. I need 3 days break all away from you. I don't want to see you. Why you do that for? We gonna have an argument. Because you have
Especially
no right to
if
do
in
that.
public and
That
Facebook.
woman should take the man
Exactly.
leave away or something.
She go
Exactly.
live on Facebook.
She gone too far.
I just get
I
somebody
did.
just dropped me a message saying it's a man's responsibility to propose and take care of his lady and family.
Exactly.
Come in
don't
with that,
care what
Randy.
you
I like
say.
that. I like that.
Exactly. And that's the truth.
different than
Shout
that.
out to my boy brother Bert. What's going on?
That's the
Exactly.
truth.
I brought a
You
brother.
can't say
That's-
you want a man to hold on the family. This is a man's duty. This is what a man represents, and then you're gonna shatter that. You're gonna take that away.
No.
I think sometimes we
No.
Women
I
are
think we
emotional.
castrating
Women
men in
are
our
not so-
society these days.
Exactly.
That's how I feel about it.
Exactly.
You know,
That's-
like
I
that's-
think women should.
I
women should have that powers
I don't
and
believe
strength
in
as well.
following. I don't believe in following societal rules if they don't serve you. Now,
Well, that's
if
how-
you're in
we
a
live in different times,
relationship,
Pink. Yeah, I understand that. We live in different times. Yes.
yeah, I'm saying we live in different times, and what is best for the couple, it may not go with societal rules. I am not a
Right.
rule follower, so I ain't gonna say follow the rule. It's not about the rule, but for Trina herself, I want a man in my life, and I want to be the female, and I want him to be my man. And I am not going to go on my knee and ask him to marry me. I want him to be the man. I love,
as it should be.
that's what I want.
Right.
So for me,
Exactly.
it's not gonna work, okay? I'm not doing it. I don't care if everybody in society, if the rules change today, and everybody going at their knees and ask every woman, Pinky gonna stand the position in which she stands in. I want
Pinky
my
and
man
Mimi next to
to
each other?
show up and do it. So
Pinky and
again,
Mimi next to each
do we
other?
choose to follow society or do we choose to follow who we are as an individual?
I get it.
Halima likes it. Halima
But
said
it's-
it's no problem.
but
I
it's-
respect Halima, and I said go for it, girl. If Halima come to me and said, Pinky, I want to ask my dude to marry me, I gonna say,
Well,
girl,
Halima
let we go
never
look
said
for the
Well,
ring.
Halima said it.
I'll go
Halima
into-
said no. Halima said it don't matter. It doesn't matter. It's at
But
the
I'm saying,
Yeah.
if Halima comes to me and says that, I will support Halima, and I will even go with her to look for the ring.
I
But
just
for
come in. I
Pinky,
come in
she's
for a piece
not
of cake.
doing
Halima.
it.
Come in for a
The
piece
lie.
of cake.
I know.
I come in for a piece of cake. Who baking the
don't
cake?
do
He baking the
marriage,
cake?
like, yeah, marriage ain't for me, but what I'm saying is for
Who
me,
like?
see a woman doing it, I don't automatically assume she did it
Excuse
because
me?
she's desperate,
I'm sorry?
but society seems to do that.
So since we're talking about that, I
Yeah.
think we should talk about also like, do you think that males and females can be friends?
Of
Of
course.
course.
I got
But
it.
Also, the proposal went wrong.
I mean,
After the proposal went wrong,
After the proposal went
after the
wrong, we
proposal went
talking.
wrong, I don't know what's gonna happen.
We ain't talking. You
But
not
That
When
pro-
you
that-
propose
rejecting
to
me?
somebody,
I
you
can- I
have
can-
to be prepared to hear no.
It
Like, you
depends
can't
who
just
proposed.
be there thinking
I
they're
can
gonna say yes. You have
understand.
to prepare to hear no as
You
well.
can imagine if she prepared and she got all her family and her girls and
She
like,
go on Facebook Live.
That's
By the
why
way,
and you
they're gonna
just
be
and you
vexed.
just come out and be like,
Public
nah,
proposal.
baby, I ain't ready for this right now,
By
sweetie.
the way, they're gonna be
It's-
vexed. They would hate
They
Ranchi.
fight you.
They would hate Ranchi. They would bust windows out of my car.
Milk, hot water.
As soon as you said no, run. That's how you got to do. Say no and
But
run.
a woman
Because
You
should
gonna run
know
like pass
a
out, you
man's
gonna run.
intention way
No.
before she asks him.
I-
She
I-
should know. A woman
I
would
might-
know if a man gonna spend the rest of her life. You gonna know. You probably just trying to push the envelope by asking he on Facebook Live in front of everybody.
Which I hate public
To
proposal
To
because
force
I'm
a
like,
yes.
say no. What are you gonna do?
That's what they do, but you're gonna
That's
end
the
up
world of
getting the
embarrassment.
surprise of your life,
They
which I
do it
think
to
they
force
don't.
the yes. They
So-
do
So,
it to
so
Well,
Debbie, you
the
said I
man
wouldn't
is saying
support
yes.
Halima. Why you say I wouldn't support Halima?
Because I know you, and yeah, you might eventually support her, but initially, you gonna tell yeah. I don't think
Ask questions.
No,
She got
look,
something to say.
me say I ain't gonna say my perspective.
Oh,
I
okay, that's
always
what I
speak
mean.
my perspective. Like Halima, that's up to you. I ain't doing it. I gonna say me asking no man. But
I ain't
if
going
wanna
with you
do
to buy
that,
no
you
ring
know that's
either.
what
But
I said, Debbie.
but Pinky will be happy for her, right?
Of
No.
course, and I will support
All right.
her, but I will still
That's-
have my
that's
opinion
key.
about it.
That's
I
key.
I got opinion. You know
Okay,
me.
If it's my real
And
good
when
friend,
and when
I
he
can
said
tell you.
no, you're gonna be there for her to cry and the show like
I will
right
be
when he
right
said
there
no.
for her. And
That's all that matters.
Halima, you should have never asked
That's
you
all that
ask, man.
matters.
That's probably why. Shouldn't have
Okay.
asked you.
Lucien, what you were saying now? What you were asking?
Can men and women be friends?
Yeah, can you?
Yeah, but
be
when you
friends?
say that, what do you mean exactly?
I mean,
If
a lot
there's
of
no
times,
attraction,
well, a lot of times people think that like males and females can't be platonic friends.
Non-sexual.
So,
Yeah,
can.
they can be. They can be.
That could definitely happen.
They
I have a
can
few
definitely
female
I have a lot of
friends.
male
I
friends.
got a few female friends like that just
Me and
like
Luis
like
been
a, like
friends
a,
for what, 30 years? Me and you been
Yeah,
friends, Luis?
of
Yeah,
course.
I never
I
touched
got
you.
I got friends.
Yeah, I think I've been from my friends since we were like 7 and 8 years old. Me
Yeah.
and my male friend. So
a lot of female friends.
yeah.
It's just dope. We're just cool like that. Like you just hang with. You know,
can
what I
you
mean?
be
You can hang
friends
out
with
with them.
somebody that has an attraction to you?
so
I
what
have a
about
friend like that, and
what
we
about
still
somebody who
cool.
you sleep
But
with?
I've had
you
those
keep them at
friendships
arm's
too, and I
length.
ain't crossing the
Lucien
line.
was saying something. Go ahead, Lucien.
What about if you slept with one of your friends? Like, for example, like if you slept with a friend and been sleeping with them, and then all of a sudden y'all stop, can you still be friends?
Of course.
Yes.
I wouldn't know about
course.
that. I can't answer that
I never
question.
sleep with our friends, so I don't
Of
know.
course.
I can't
course.
answer that question.
Yes, you can.
Most
And
definitely.
I ain't sleeping with no friend either, so we just done that.
But
But
it
are you
all
saying
depends
that
on your
this is
maturity
somebody-
level.
But are you saying this is somebody that you had a relationship with? Y'all are not together, and y'all have remained friends? Is that what you're saying? Or this was supposed to be a platonic friend? You had some encounters, and then you went
Yeah.
back to being friends. Which one are you talking about?
Both.
Mm.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
Most
I have
definitely.
friends that are my exes. So
Yeah.
I
I mean,
have
it's
exes who are
levels
friends.
of maturity. It's who you are as an individual, and
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
levels
It
of
depends on your level
maturity.
of
You know what I mean?
maturity.
It's part of a progression in life. You know, why hold malice? Why be in a bad space?
But I think if you and somebody is a friend, and you see you're getting to that place where you might cross the line, then that's the individuals to decide, right? Because you know you're crossing the line of friendship. Now, I'm just saying that from the outside looking in, from a place of observation. Like, you're crossing the line on this friendship. If you cross the line on this friendship, can you go back to being friends? I don't know. You'd have to ask people who've had the experience. But I think we know as adults, and even if we were younger, I would assume, when you were crossing the line from friendship into other things. You know when you were crossing the line, right? Well, some circumstances people didn't know when they were crossing the line. So let me back out that one.
Things happen.
Things happen, yeah.
It happens, man.
But I have exes that I'm very good friends with, and I know they will cross the line even 10 years later. But you know, you just don't. You just evolve to a different level of maturity. Like, you know, I don't know for some people, but I don't go back. I don't reverse. I don't care what till death do me part. I am not.
Yeah, I don't reverse
you.
either.
So,
but that's why I'm saying, Karen, like, you know, when the person trying to cross the line. So it's you, the individual, have to decide whether you're crossing the line or not.
I don't push the envelope to see. Just check every so often, every few years.
But did you all see that there was a TikTok where this, I don't remember who put it, somebody, I think somebody
posted it.
You posted it, Halima. The TikTok where this girl and her boyfriend are talking. She's accusing him that his platonic female friend, she believes likes him or wants to have some sort of relationship with him. And he's like, no, she's not that kind of girl. It's in our group. And he said, I think your platonic friend would push the envelope. So he called the girlfriend, his friend, and he says, hey, just letting you know, like, we broke up. Things ain't working. And the girl, his friend, female friend, was like, you gotta, you know, wow, sorry to hear that. You know, I can't remember exactly how it went, but she remained a friend in that conversation, right? She calls her friend, the guy, and says, hey, I'm just calling you to let you know we broke up and whatever. And he was like, I knew he wasn't good for you.
Wow.
Yeah, his exact words were, I know he want a good man for you like me. That's what he said.
Yeah, like me.
So I was like, oh, dude, you're just waiting for this opening and now you got caught. Now, blocked. No more
Crazy.
friends. So and then his female friend, and the thing is, I had liked his female friend, the boyfriend, female friend was like, I ain't done. Y'all just had an argument, take a break, and then eventually I'll go back and work things out. That's what she was saying. And the girl was shocked. She was like, I swear this girl really wanted to be with you.
Yep.
But she was just a
friend. She
remained
a friend. So
I think that's why you really think.
Why? What do you think?
That's why you really think.
She's smart enough to make a confession.
Are you females? Are you females? No, are you the 10 steps ahead? All right. So are you going to stay there on that first phone call? Yo, yeah, we hook up.
Exactly.
Are you going to do that? Are you going to play the
confession
game?
on the phone? Who's stupid enough to
exactly.
confess?
I know.
Her friend was.
Exactly. So
you don't leave voicemails and you don't do it over the phone unless it's FaceTime and you show me the entire room.
But I am in a position like,
fellas, are you listening? Right? The girls ain't got rules in it.
I could understand it because for me and my male friend, like, we are just friends, but his girlfriend is adamant that I want to be more than just a friend, and there is no attraction in that form ever.
There could be an attraction, but you just know you're not crossing the line. I have
male
friends that I'm attracted
to. And maybe she sees something in him, but she ain't seeing it in me.
I would even flirt till
she's seeing is a way.
Karen, you look like you like trouble, you know.
I would flirt with him until he swear we're ready to get married, and I'd be like, ghosty for like a good couple weeks. But it's a part of my therapy, okay? But
do you, boo? Do you? I support you in doing you.
You know you're gonna cross the line, but sometimes you don't have to make sure, you know. Sometimes you want a little ego boost. You reach out to the ones that, you know, give you that little. I
just get comments that women have always been smooth like a good cognac.
Yes,
women have always been what?
Smooth
like a good cognac.
Whoever said that?
Cognac.
We should.
That person is that person get all the cookie points for the night. It's true. But
you need to comment on the thing, man. You need to comment on the thing.
Whoever he is, he tell him you get all the cookie points for the night. But
okay,
it's true.
We kind of discussed this before. And of course, Halima, you could take it away, but
okay.
Yeah, is it wrong for women, or how do men see women when they approach them? You know, they're interested in them and they go for them. Or do you, as the men, prefer to be the hunter?
Okay. Well, you don't know me. If I see somebody and I like them, I approach them. I don't wait. That's just how I am. Like I want to
Soldier
approach who I
guy.
actually like than somebody I don't like approaching me. Because you don't know how that person gonna take rejection. Like if you're approaching I'm not interested and I said no, that's okay, cool, whatever, you don't know how they're gonna react. And me, as smart as I am, I am you come aggressive when I say no, I get aggressive back. So one of these days somebody gonna knock me out. But until then, if I say no, they don't like it and they get aggressive, it's like a back and forth. So I like to approach the people that I like. So I don't have to worry about telling somebody no. And all the person can do is tell me no. If they're interested, to be like, no, thank you, but no. I have never heard no, but I am prepared to hear no. So I don't feel like waiting. I see a dude and I like him. He watching me, I watching he moving, I gonna move.
Ay, ay, ay. Yeah.
I
How
like
about
that.
you, Lucian?
Um,
How do you do that?
I think that it's happened before. It's happened. Any guy I think on this panel must have been pressed before from a female. If she's drop dead gorgeous and you're flattered, But at the same token too, it's just like, is she always gonna be this aggressive? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's in the back of your mind?
Yeah, and then too, does she have like a lot of these male traits that since she's so aggressive,
She be on one knee.
Yeah, but that might not be aggressive. Just seeing you and saying,
Well,
"Hi,"
there's a difference.
and
Is there a
starting the
difference?
conversation doesn't mean she's being aggressive. It's just she's starting the conversation with you.
It's I don't know what it is. I just feel uncomfortable sometimes when it happens. Because it
I
catches
think
me
there's a
off guard.
difference. I would be flirtatious with a guy. Like I'll give them a nice compliment. But for me, it's like target practice. I'm not really interested in you. If I'm really interested in you, I probably wouldn't. You
Just
check?
talking about
But
this. Oh, God.
as I
That's what I'm
practice my flirtatious skills, I would, I like to give
Online,
men compliments.
online.
No,
Yep.
I just do it in person. I used to do it in person. You go to a club and you give a man a compliment. Some of them they'll be glowing. You talk about the
If you buy a man a drink, they'll be like,
No, me buying you no
"Buy me a
drink. No.
Like, what's
We
going
ain't
on?"
that.
But no, for me, like I understand what Lucian's saying, but like I said, for me, I've never had a man not feel like a man when I do it. They were always happy I did it. They were always like, damn, I'm glad somebody actually approached me. Somebody have been like, yo, I had nervous to come and talk to you because I didn't want to get rejected. So I've never had a situation where they felt less than a man because I approached them. And like I said, just because I approach you at that time don't mean I'm always going to be that aggressive in the relationship. That's not how it worked out for me. So like I said, anybody I approach, it has been a good relationship. I ain't had no problem. People who approach me, I always work out that well. There have been some good ones, but I just like to approach people who I feel gonna have a good connection with. And like I said, so far, it's never been a bad experience. Like the man has never said he felt any way about it. Less manly about it, I should say.
How about you, Jerome?
But I like I like
Oh, go ahead,
good banter too. I like banter. If you like me and we're going back and forth, the flirtatiousness of it, that's cool. But not to just be like, yeah, the man, your ass. I like how you look and
I don't talk like that, but I understand what you say. But that's not
no,
how I
but I'm
do
just
it.
saying, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That is
to
not
me,
how
I
I
like
do
it like when, have some banter, we joke around,
A little
and then,
wink eye, a little back and
yeah.
forth.
You know what I'm saying? Let me know, like, for example, like, I remember one time, like, I was by this young lady house, and to me, it's like, in this day and age, like, if you don't show me that you want something, I am not going to press you. That's just not me. Because my thing about it is me want to be like, press you and they like, what you doing? What you doing? I said, but you've been giving me all these signs. You know
Man,
what
she
I'm
want to get a high five, Lucia.
That's it right yourself.
Like that
Yeah,
eye
man.
contact. That little eye contact with a half a smile.
Yeah, man. I want it to be like, boom, let's do this thing.
Like when they watch you watch them from head to toe, and then you make sure they see you watch them from head to toe. Pay
Listen.
attention to their shoes, and then you look right back up in their eyes, and then you just walk away. Bam, you gone.
You see,
Wow.
that's the thing too. VI woman is the worst. A VI woman will watch you all night in a jam. Come up
Don't
behind
say.
you with a friend them. Come up in front of you with a friend them. And then when you go talk to them, what you doing? What you doing? I'm like, what? What are you talking about? What are you talking? What? VI women are the worst, man. I tell
Not
you,
all of them. The ones that have been
listen,
exposed. Not all of them is the same.
they are the
Um,
worst, man. I swear to you. Like I can't, like I just like in any VI club, me ain't asking nobody to dance with them. I stand up there all night because me ain't my ego can't handle a rejection.
Well, that's what
I
was
don't
happening
know.
because
I thought
one
all
time,
men would do that.
I didn't understand that. One time I been home and we went to some dance or something, and all the guys them were just congregated together, drinking and I mean, it was a dance, and everybody, the guys were together, and the guys weren't asking nobody to dance, and I was like,
Because of
Because
what
you know,
Lucian said.
you
That's
know
what they
how
got
I
carry
been.
on.
I guess I didn't know that was the mindset. I was like,
Listen,
why is all these like you come to a dance and all the guys standing up together drinking beer? I was like, what is going on? For sure ain't
nobody
gonna
didn't
ask. But
know.
anyway, I've been there with my friend Clifford anyway. So me and Clifford dance. So me and his wife were there too. So yes, you could be friends. I was friends with Clifford since grammar school. So you could be friends with guys. But yeah, I didn't understand that whole the men them just standing up there together and wasn't asking woman to dance. So you don't ask because I
Right.
afraid to get tell
Right
no.
at
That
disappointment.
Yeah,
rejection
because
the hot hard, it a hit hard. But
yeah,
there's a
because
way of
Rejection
there's
is
a
a
way
problem.
there's a way of sneaking it in. There's a I won't say
listen,
courteous way of doing it, but I just think there's a difference between, like somebody was saying, slow and steady. There's, to me, I would do it like how
Nora.
you would do it, but in an indirect, yeah, maybe a little sneaky way, but I won't be so
not St.
bold and
Croix,
direct. I would
not
do it
St.
just
Croix.
in case he ain't interested, but I have to make sure. So you have to do the whole eye contact, the little half a smile.
Listen, they just give you eye contact and they still be like, no, 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 me feel like dancing. I'm like, really? Like, what is it?
Then
What?
what the hell you
What if
watching
they get a little lip
me?
licking action? That'll happen? Or just the eye
Listen,
contact? You have to have several points of
in
contact. Like,
in the States, I'm like this, right? I will go and try to dance with the finest thing in the States. Because if she reject me, guess what? She's the finest thing in the club. In St. Croix, you want to go talk to like the little hot friend, thinking you get a little chance, and the hot friend is want to be dissing you. And you're like, what?
Oh
Are you
God.
serious?
Really?
Are you serious?
Really?
Let's
Is it because we know each other home and we got
no.
history?
It's just how them women beat them, man. And then too,
Not
it's like if
all
they
of
don't,
them. Say some of them.
yo,
Some
in
of
St.
them.
Croix, if they don't know you, they ain't dancing with you. And it's just so like, so what you doing here? Jamming up on your
no.
friend, and I'm like, what is this?
Yeah,
Somebody did a
I don't
TikTok
like to
about
go
that.
dances in St. Croix. They don't, yeah.
Somebody did a TikTok about that with women going to the club and they have their girlfriends, gyrating on them. But what if the men do it? I mean, but back to, yeah,
I know, right? That's how I feel about it.
I have to use the word gyrating, but you go to the club and you see that a lot. The women would come to the
Gyrating
club
wasn't the problem.
like Lucian say, and they would give the sense that they would be approachable. But when you approach them, what are you going to
Exactly.
the club for? Ain't to dance and gyrate and have a good time and go home by your business. I mean, what's the big deal? But
That is
from a
set you
woman's
up.
perspective, some of these men need to control themselves when they do get intoxicated and they get a little bit more aggressive. And they ask you to dance and they spitball hitting you on your shoulder. All them things is a turn on.
Right.
Use a little mint. Sometimes it's in the approach. Some of them ain't even smooth with it. They don't want to grab you by your
Yeah, I
hand.
hate when they
They ain't
grab
give you
you
no
and
eye
stuff. Yeah.
contact.
Mhm.
They ain't even try to be a little smile. Try to see if it's inviting. You have an inviting thing about you.
When they
Invite the
come
one
and
who
dance with
want
you, when
you.
they're
It's
already
not. They don't
sweaty,
approach you
They
respectfully.
ain't got no
can't do
approach.
that.
Somebody
Wait,
is
No.
Jerome was saying
Listen to
something.
this. Listen. Oh,
I
sorry.
have
Yeah.
experience that going to the club and actually from across the room, there's not one occasion that women actually look like they're undressing you when they drink their alcohol and they're intoxicated. They're across the room, they're actually like they're watching you, like they're undressing, like, okay, I'm gonna do this to him, I'm gonna do that to him, and it looks very, very aggressive as well. So, they got women as well that intoxicate themselves and want to take control when you
Well,
walking
I
out the
don't address
club,
people in my
asking
normal
you where you
state of mind.
going.
Oh, Jesus.
That's a problem.
I don't even wait until
Yeah,
I
they got
drunk.
them,
I want to be. I don't wait
That's
until
a
I drunk.
problem.
But what's so
Listen.
wrong
Listen
with
to
that?
this. Listen to this.
That's a problem.
Many guys are intimidated by beautiful women, but women rarely are. Women are accustomed of commanding the stage with their presence.
That's
Yeah,
true.
but then
Janos, you're deep
Yes.
tonight,
No,
man.
that wasn't.
he
No,
read a
that's
comment.
that's
He
yeah,
read a
comment.
comment.
Yeah,
getting a
boy. You know, that wasn't me. I'm not gonna own it. It
That's a
wasn't me.
good point.
I
You can
personally,
like Janos, what
personally,
happened to you?
personally, I don't have a problem with women approaching me. I actually love it.
'Cause
Wait, who is the commenter? Boy, that's a wicked
No,
comment.
no. Alex Pada. Pada from the
Okay.
barber shop.
but Louis,
Okay.
like you see, like Louis Suave Bolo, so he'll be smooth no matter
Oh
what,
God,
you know. But there's men. I think
I don't
I
have
need
a
to
problem with that
class.
at all.
Some of these
I-
men, their approach is so
Some of these
off.
men do need
They'll just
class.
piss you off with it, and then they'll act like little cockroach. Like every time you spray them, they come back again. Like,
Oh my God.
Okay, are you saying what I have to approach the people I like?
it's the
I
approach.
But,
avoid
but,
that.
but Karen, it might be
Karen,
because they
stop.
went to 5 different people, asked them to dance, they didn't dance. Now you
Then
say
it's,
yes,
you're the
you
common
dance yes,
denominator. You're
and
the
then they
common
don't want to leave your
denominator.
side.
You're a common denominator. If you go to 5 women and them reject you 5 times, the common denominator is you. Google it.
something in your
How
approach.
do I approach? They got YouTube videos. Figure
Yeah, but I
it out.
just saying, if you finally are the 6th one and you say yes, and they dance to you and they're having a good time, they're gonna keep coming back because at least they know you hopefully are gonna be the sure shots.
Yeah, but that's after 6 times and I have accepted. But what about the ones that don't accept? You think about any of your approach. Some of them will just grab you by your elbow. Like, really? Women nowadays can fight. You grab me by my elbow, it gonna go down. Sometimes you touch them
Just
on
like
the
that.
elbow.
Karen, just like that.
You touch the small of their back.
It's the way they
You know,
do.
it's the approach.
It's
It's the
It's the way
approach.
they
It's
do.
not
It
what you
is.
say, it's how you deliver it.
Then
I
And
just
St.
wouldn't.
Clyde
I wouldn't
fellas-
even come out. I wouldn't even come out the
Then
house.
St. Clyde fellas
I could spark a
rough.
conversation.
Also, you
St.
say
Clyde
St. Martin
man
guys don't do
rough.
that? St. Martin guys don't do that?
We ain't grabbing you up. I say, madam, I pull up in front of you with a drink in your hand. Say, hey, what going on? You want to dance?
Exactly. I rather that than you grab me by my elbow.
Oh, he gonna be smiling. Oh, he might be dancing already and say, girl, come, let me go. If you say no, he gonna ask the next one. Say, well, then you stay there.
That's
Where
it.
your friend
That's
saying,
it.
let
You
me
know
go.
what? Say
The party
Martin
on.
woman different. Say Martin woman different. Crucian woman?
Martin-
No. You know, they don't play that shit.
But
They
I know
don't care.
somebody.
No, look,
Me-
no, yeah. I don't think our crucial
You just had bad
really
experience.
approach. You just
You
said
had bad
somebody
experiences.
You're not playing
I
guys.
don't know. You're approaching the
No,
wrong
no.
way. I
Lu-
don't get it.
No, Crucian
Lu-
women who have
Luciano,
not
grab
lived
them
in the
up.
States, Crucian women who have not lived in the States are different.
Oh,
If
I have lived
you've been to the
so
States
I
and lived for a while and come back down, you cool. You'll let people
Lucy-
dance with you. But
Luciano,
Crucian
grab them up.
Ladies don't walk like that.
Luciano, grab the elbow.
And then some of them think, you know, after people dance to you, it means more than it is. A dance is a dance. I can't remember, they had a song. A dance is a dance. That's all it
Yeah,
is.
dance is just a dance.
A dance is just a dance. But when for me, it's all in the approach because you don't gonna grab me up like I some bag of lemons in a grocery store.
Yeah, I really
You have
hate
a
when you
little-
do that.
you
I
have-
really hate that.
You have to have a
A
little
dance.
humor.
A dance is a dance, eh?
A dance is a
I-
dance. Because I know when I go
I
home,
like
shake
my
my
dance
kids and I
them
go
to
to
lead up to
myself.
something though.
What?
I like my dance them to lead up to something.
For some people, you handpick them.
boy.
When I watch you from across the room and I check out your shoes and you wear them white alligator slippers,
No,
Like,
with tube socks. With pinky there. With pinky there.
You know,
With tube
you know
socks.
what's funny as well? Some
You
people
know,
actually
when I used to go to the clubs, and I haven't been for a while, I used to actually up here in the States. The decent person come up, they ask you to dance. I still the same way. The decent person come up to ask you to dance. I would dance with that person for the whole time. Like I would, me and the
Especially if
person
they
would
go
be
dance.
together and we will, but that's all I going to Louis. Not because I dance with you all night. That means I going home with you, you going with me. So that was it. We dance, we spend time together in the club, we enjoy each other company because nobody wants to keep going through that accent, rejection, blah, blah. And I wasn't going to be trying to test everybody to see if everybody was going to be respectful. So the person that came up that was respectful, that I danced with, and we could dance all night. But that don't mean they're going to turn into something else.
Right.
But that's how I deal with the club and the going out and stuff like that. People grabbing my elbows and stuff like that. See, once you're there with a guy, people ain't gonna be grabbing at you.
You know
Some of
something I
them
don't
even
really
rock up,
Well,
see.
I know. We can sit and talk about
Exactly,
this.
exactly.
Some of them
Wait,
ain't got no
Carol?
brought up. See in St.
Carol
Croix,
was
some of them
saying
ain't got no
something.
manners.
I don't like how they all do stuff in home. I don't like I didn't like the dynamic at all. But like I
Well,
said, I
trust
was
me, I've been to clubs here and
Whoop,
it's
whoop,
many
whoop,
Caribbean
whoop,
people,
whoop, whoop.
and so it's not
Don't
just
keep money
food.
now.
It's how people were raised. It's
Yeah.
how
you saying it's
what
a
they are
Caribbean?
accustomed to.
You saying it's a Caribbean thing?
Well, it was a Caribbean club. It was a Caribbean club, and they
Yeah,
We
were
are,
man,
nobody all over.
yeah. It's not. It's so I think it's just
What happened here?
what you think is acceptable, or maybe what has worked
Okay.
for you. So you could keep doing it, and they go walk. I have no clue.
I
But
call
you know,
it steelwood
people say
behavior.
something.
Some of them island man got this steelwood behavior. They rough and rugged, want to fling you over like they some caveman. No, people ain't got time for that. No, we
Yeah,
don't.
I
God.
actually used to go to I used to go to a lot of reggae clubs. So I used to
It was
be
a regular club.
'cause Jamaicans could be a little like
I don't
rough.
dance with Jamaicans.
But I did never they
Nah,
never
I
disrespect
don't
me.
dance with Jamaicans. If I
They
go to
could
the
be a
Jamaican
Jamaican.
Was
club,
saying earlier upon Nora was saying on the live on what? On the wall, on the river.
Yeah, that's something we don't say at home.
yeah, I don't dance with Jamaicans. Like if I
That's
go
a
to a
heap of
Jamaican
that's a heap of
club, I
acrobatics.
go in there with my Jamaican male friends because I know they're gonna
Yeah, I can't
protect
keep
me.
up.
But I would not go to a Jamaican club, a predominantly Jamaican club by myself. I have to go with one of my male friends because them Jamaican men just really aggressive and I don't like to hear no. I don't think the first year I've been in Florida, I get in a fight in a Jamaican club because the dude did not like to hear no.
That's why you find the one person who's respectful.
Okay.
That's the one you stay, you hang out with them. Then Louis, you've been to the underground before, right?
In New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was our 14th.
That's why I used to hang out every weekend. But
I used to go to the tunnel underground. Reggae Lounge was a big spot. The Reggae Lounge was a big spot for reggae music in on Canal Street. That was the first place I actually experienced where they take the music and actually put it through a mixing board, and you get a whole different. Just change it up on you. Just change it up like live mixed through a big mixing board. That was dope.
Okay.
No, when I go to clubs, I go with my children. So
wait 1 second, Jerome. Yeah, wanted to say something.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out ladies' perspective that, like, for instance, how you ladies want to go and get a dance with someone, and instead of you picking the person you've been eyeing the whole time, you're gonna pick his friend across the room and go and talk to the friend instead of go directly to the guy.
Oh, I don't do that.
You know, like
why would I do that? You know what I
touch the smile of his
do?
back and you say, "Excuse me, honey," and you give him a little smile, and then you pass for a couple times, probably about the second or third pass, the dance start. That's it. No,
Yeah.
you want he friend, I want he. No,
I would not lie. Like if
that
a guy
indirect.
send his friend to talk to me and he come on like, yo, my friend like you. I said to back, I like you. So you want to do? And then he'll be like, what? I said your friend should have come. Like, why he send you? Like, why he sending a scout to come?
I like that. I'm gonna try it next time.
If you send
Lou.
your friend to talk to me, I was automatically.
Go
Hey, you
lie
don't
down.
even have to like your
I
friend.
have to write that
But
down.
if you send your friend and be like, too bad for your friend, I like you.
put it in your phone. Put it in your
I don't
phone.
write
in your
that one
notes.
down whenever I go out again.
Yeah, like what you can't be timid and you cannot be timid with me. Like you have to approach me. You have to be mind enough to take a no.
I
Like I like this girl. I gonna see if she's interested. You have to be prepared to say no. Why are you sending a scout? What are we doing? No.
That's
A scout. She
Yeah,
said
you
scout.
scouting me out for a while.
I hate
Oh,
that.
my
At
friend
some
shy.
age,
I don't
that
like
has to
shy
stop.
men. You
At
ain't
some
shy because
age.
you talking to me. So what you want to do?
But some
But at
guys,
what age does
I
that
would
start?
say though, Halima, some guys are just afraid of that rejection. And sometimes
Rejection.
you will go out with your
Well,
boys
you
and
you
But
gonna be
you
single
will be
forever.
in front
You
of
no,
gonna
but
be single
there's
forever.
for instance, I can just get a perfect example. I
can't.
I out there. I don't care about the rejection. I don't really care about
Yeah,
nothing
I don't
really.
have that.
So if I
don't
go
have that
out and I enjoy myself and I see my partner here now, I ain't a thing and the thing I and he, the girl I and he, I can just run across the room. I'll be like, yo, come here, my partner there. Like, you need to talk. Are you gonna figure it out after? I could buy a drink for both of you. I don't really care, but you need to talk. This I thing across the room need to stop. I gonna approach. I can just fly out there. I don't really care. If you reject, you reject, no problem. Screw, forget about you. I'm gonna tell he to turn the eyes and find something else in the crowd and send me on a mission because I need some excitement. Most times I was in a relationship. So I got somebody. So I ain't really looking for nobody. I just looking to have a good time. So
But
I don't like statues next to me. I don't like boring people around me. If we out and we having a good time, let me
Yeah,
party.
you got
I don't
that.
care what we
Yeah,
doing,
definitely.
but let me just do it. Let me just do it. Let me just do it. I like on speed. Yeah,
Okay, let me
I
ask
just
y'all a
don't like
question
statues.
because
Yeah.
we're already at 9:13. Let me ask a question. And for everybody who's viewing, I just want everybody to know that this is part one. We're going to have part two. But I just kind of want to let everybody know that we're not going to be doing any new lives after next week for a couple of weeks. Just trying to revamp the page and do some things. So we just want to let everybody know and getting ready for our 1 year that we have been a part of this group, this family, coming October 1st. So we're working towards that. Unfortunately, this pandemic wants to be messing up a whole bunch of stuff, but
Oh
we do
yeah.
have things planned, and
Yeah.
so we just want to let everybody know kind of what our plans are going forward. But one thing I wanted to touch on quickly before we end is, I saw a video and it talked about body count. And the question to the panelists is, why is a body count number even important?
Okay.
For men, because to me, men get a free pass when it comes to this. Women do not. So why is body count number even?
What you said? Men get what?
They get a free pass
Oh,
Why you
No, it's
say that?
accepted.
Can you
because
elaborate
if
Oh,
a
a little
man
bit
because
says,
more?
What
if
you
a
mean by
man
body
says,
count?
I slept with 30 people. Well, no,
Okay.
I slept with 80 people, and a woman says she slept with 10.
But why you giving anybody your body count anyway?
But this is why I'm asking: why are
But
people?
you
Why is it even important
okay.
to
you
ask?
remember that
Okay.
For
Okay.
experience
Mine says
and
two.
Body,
or
the
I could have
body.
5 children, and mine says 2. I could have 5 children with 5 baby daddies. My count is 2. It's none of your
remember you
business.
remember that movie with what's his name? Tom Cruise. He was Tom Cruise and Jack Nicholson. He's like, you want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
Yeah, I know I can't handle the truth. I asked a guy one time, and I would almost choke, and then I realized like I will never ask that question again because I
Why
cannot
did
handle
everybody
the
ask
truth.
that? Why do you ask that
But
question?
people do.
I
People
didn't
do
know no
understand.
better, Halima. This was all new to me. I didn't know no better. I asked
I
the
don't
guy.
even
Okay,
think.
so
You
but
see,
my
the thing
question
is,
is
Alima, they want to
Pinky,
know
my
if to
question is,
start
why
off
do
on
you
level,
want to know? Why do you
because they
felt it
need
was
to
necessary to
know
know?
on a scale of 1 to 10
Halima,
if
you
to
know
start
when
off with you. They
sorry.
need to know if to start off with you at a level 5 or if they got to bring all the tricks out of the bag before shot. Because if you had 20 fellows come through, listen, they had some long ones, they had some thick ones, they
I
had some
think
fat ones, they had some short ones. Listen, this one was nasty, that one freaky, they had this going on, they had so you need to know
all their
what
own
all
different types.
everybody exactly. So you need to know how much
I don't
of
even
you you gotta
flinch
let
when they
out.
ask me.
So
2.
So
Randy,
because
you
I
saying
don't understand
body
why.
count? You said a count is important to know. That's what you said.
the count important to know of your competitiveness, how much what you gotta bring to the table, how you gotta compete to impress. You don't want to go in there and then she say, "Oh, this is stupidness." Go laugh for you and she friends.
Listen,
No, you
at the end of the
can't get
day,
that.
at the end of the
You
day,
gotta
nobody ain't
come
coming.
full
Nobody ain't
100.
coming with a real number. No
Nope.
one is going to bring their real
Nobody
thing.
don't come with
And
a
that's
real
why I
number.
want to know why anybody
I
So
wants
want
it's
to
you
not.
to
I
know.
don't. I
lie.
don't.
You're never
It's,
going
it's,
to
But
believe the
it's really
person
not significant.
anyway.
I mean,
but
You'll never believe the
you say
person.
that to
But
do
is
what?
it
What are you going to
significant?
get out of that though?
But is it
But why?
okay? I don't
Why wouldn't
understand
you?
it either. But is it significant if this is somebody you see a future with, or if it's somebody that you just passing
Come on,
some
man.
time with?
I don't want to know.
Every,
Care.
each
I
and
don't
every
care.
one
Really
of
don't
us here had a
care.
hell of a pass on Mambo Sardin.
Like I really
I'm not
don't care.
talking
Like
about
that's
my
not
God.
my question. When it comes to
No.
I don't
business,
think
you
so.
No,
have
I'm just
to
saying. I'm
have
sure
a
each of us had a pass. So you know,
But
what I
we all
mean.
had a pass. But
Yeah, but
anybody
you
had
said
a
a
hell of
hell
a
of
pass.
a
Some
pass.
people
Well,
pass
I'm
was
just
boring
saying.
as
I
shit.
mean, I just say, you know what I mean? I'm just saying I had a pass.
Some people pass was boring.
I don't care what
Okay,
anybody
wait,
says.
Jerome was gonna say something. Go ahead, Jerome.
Yeah, everyone's past should be a little confidential. I do think you have an advantages and disadvantages when you ask somebody that question. It actually now bring awareness to that person's character. And at the end of the day, no one wants to let out that true character unless they get to know who the other one is, but then still no one wants to talk. So you're left with a dilemma of who am I dating? Who am I trying to meet? Or how far am I going into this person? Because, hey, if I meet you tonight and I think you're a girlfriend material, and then, hey, I reach home and you ask me the question, how much women you've been with? Hey, at the end of the day, I'm a man and not trying to say anything wrong, but I'm allowed to reach and do certain things, than what a woman does. I find women are more like princess, queens, in a different perspective that they have to carry themselves. I find that they're more stronger. They're more stronger in a way to that they have to preserve themselves. Men, hey, at the end of the day, we've been already called dogs. So, now we have to change that enlightenment from who see us already from like that,
The only thing I see asking that question is me one on novice. I mean, teaching nobody nothing. You got
the only thing asking you is if you're a virgin.
But that's what I said from the beginning.
Are you
that's
a
what I
virgin?
said from the beginning.
It don't work. I don't want a virgin.
But I'm not even asking.
Exactly.
That's a difference.
But
If you get
that's
a guy
the
that's a virgin,
You can act like
if you get a guy that's a virgin, it's
how
different.
much people I had sex with. That don't
No,
make sense.
that's the
different.
main
If you get-
point. That's
if
the
a guy
main
gets
point.
a
That's why I said
female
from the
that's
beginning.
a virgin, at that time now he's saying, wait a minute. He's not thinking something. Well, some guys are not thinking like, hey, oh, wait a minute. This is a goddess. This is someone's daughter. This is something that I can treasure. They're not thinking that all of the time. They think, okay, she has not been touched. All right, here, this is something I could be delicate with, or I can have an experience with. While she's probably thinking, wait a minute, this is my first time. What's this guy about? Or it's very,
That children stage, bro. That children
Yeah,
stage.
but also, wouldn't it
That children
matter if
stage.
it's somebody
No,
you're
man.
meeting when you're in your
That
20s
children
versus
stage,
somebody you're meeting when you're in your
Babes.
50s?
I know people that's 25, 27, that's still a virgin, G.
And they
I'm
lie
not
to
calling no
themselves.
names.
If I meet somebody in their parties and they tell me they were one
I know people. Oh, I know some people. I know people. Yeah, in their 40s and they still virgins.
You know what? We're gonna leave that virgin topic alone, okay? We here for the virgins. This topic, this number don't come for the virgins. This come for those people that had experience in the field.
Experience.
So when you have experience in the
Listen,
field, I need to know. I need to know
Okay,
if I have to walk with a smart briefcase or a big briefcase. On a smart briefcase, I need to know if I gotta bring out the handcuffs and the whips, or I just gotta come with a little whipped cream and chocolate, or you might have to come with like ice, a drink.
Your past relations need to stay just that. Your
I've been
past
saying-
relations. You don't
I
need to
think
come up
it
with
depends on the
it's
level.
important based on the relationship.
That's
If
what
you
I'm
past
for
needs to
relationship.
stay in the
But
past. Somebody needs to
people
know what
have
you had
sex
going
and they
on.
don't
That's
even have a
part.
relationship.
That's what I'm saying. It's based on the relationship. So if you're not in a relationship for a long time, it's not a commitment for a long time.
I have
You
two.
know what? You get. I mean, I don't want to know no man's count. Let me just put that out
That's
there.
just it. That's just
I
it.
don't want to know his count. I'm not going to ask him his count because I have a thing with energy. I got this thing with energy, and I don't want Tom, Dick, and Harry energy all over my body. Like, please cleanse yourself and all of that. Huh?
We're gonna sage it out.
Listen,
Yeah,
your
like-
past relations need to be just that. Your past
past.
relations.
Exactly.
That is it. You just
I
do not
guess.
bring any of that.
Let me ask
Just
a
don't
question.
bring any of that negative energy from your past into your new.
Exactly.
You don't
Yeah,
do
but a
that.
lot of
That's
women
it. At the
still
end of the
ask
day,
that. A lot
I
of women
mean,
still ask
Yeah.
that.
How
why
can you
bring
how
up-
can
Don't
you
wanna
not
say, but
how can you not bring your past when a past is a
then
part
you
of
need
who
you
are?
need to stay home and heal and take care of yourself before you come
That's not
forward.
the point I'm making. The
I'm
point
just saying
is,
though,
the point
because
is
why you got to be coming asking me about who I've been with in the past or how many people I've been with in the past? What is the relevance?
there is
But
a lot of relevance.
Louis,
to
I
that.
just tell you the relevance.
That's a part of your
Are you not
identity. That's a
paying
part of who you
attention?
are.
Can I
Are
answer
you
that?
not paying
small bag
attention?
or the big bag?
It is a part of who you are. It
Small
tells a
bag
lot
or
about
the
the
big
Or
bag?
the
person.
big bag?
Lucian asking a
first of all,
question.
it's
Sorry,
relevant.
Lucian.
It's relevant because if you're a woman that have like who is like a very sexual individual, and then you get with somebody who has had like one sexual relationship, do you think that person will be able to satisfy you? I'm just saying.
Probably
You
not.
should have do that you should have find that out in the interview. Don't wait till you have sex to find out that this person ain't know what they're doing.
But
There's
that's
an
where the
interview
count
in
come in,
process.
Karen.
When would the
That's why you have to
interview
answer
be
count.
discussed, though?
No,
But
you don't
I
need
look
to
at
answer
that,
count.
but you see,
Wait,
You need to
but
have
you
a
see,
conversation.
but let me respond to that though. Let me respond to that
Let me answer
because
that good, Louis.
I look
The
at that.
thing
I
is,
look
right,
at that. Wait, I look at that just to respond to Lucien real quick, and there may be some truth to that, but I look at that as a blank canvas. That gave me an opportunity now to be that guy and show you what it's really about.
Nonsense.
Exactly.
I don't want to teach nobody.
No, that is not nonsense. No, that is
I
very
don't want. I don't
trust and
want to
believe.
teach nobody.
No
nothing.
trust
I
and
want
believe.
experience.
Ain't about teaching.
Ain't about teaching. It's by leading
Ain't
by
about
example.
teaching. Ain't
It's
about
setting
teaching at
precedent.
all.
Louis,
It's
Louis,
everything
you
that
go
it
to a
encompasses.
team park,
No.
Louis, you go to a theme park. You do not want to start on a small roller coaster because you already know roller coaster.
No,
You
Ron,
want
So
to
then
go
why
to
is
the big one.
account important?
I think he
If you
means
want a
something
woman
else.
with
He means
experience,
something
what
else.
do you think she get from Google? She didn't get it from Google. She have to get the experience someplace. This
You
is an
gotta get this
activity.
somewhere.
I think-
I want that.
I think
Listen,
he's
the
talking
coach.
about
You're
something.
contradicting
I think
yourself,
he's talking about
Ranchi.
something else.
If you want the
No.
count to determine
The
whether or
count-
not she has a level of experience that meets your standards, where is she going to get it from? Google? No, she ain't getting it from Google.
No.
She get it from someplace. Somebody
Of course,
teaches
you get it from someplace. Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. The count is not the importance by the number, really. It's not like, oh my God, you have to tell me each individual you've been with. No, it's just about level of experience. I need to know what kind of tricks I gotta bring out of my bag. I want to bring out everything. But you want to bring out something. I want to impress.
Look at the bigger picture.
I want to
Look
impress,
at the bigger
but at
picture.
the same time, if I impress him, I want to throw out everything on the first time. That when I come back next time, that means I got nothing. I want to have stuff, so I need to know what all I'm bringing to the table. That's
She
all
might
it is.
already
you know.
have the stuff. Like,
See that you
Listen,
have
the-
it way of knowing
the
that.
count-
That's one way.
I think the count more revolves around like real relationships. I think when people ask a count, they really want to know your real relation, like who
See
you
that
are
you
really
have it or you
involved with.
don't have it. You either come to the
But
table
But I
with
ain't
it
about
or
sex.
you don't come.
Ain't about sex. I think we mixing it up. The
Karen,
thing
you
is,
on.
it mixed up. People that ask for the count, they
I say
actually
you're
want to
on,
know
you're
how many partners you had a relationship with, how many girlfriends you had, how many boyfriends you had. Not your actually sexual partners.
Then you come
Check it
around
out.
and tell us something like, well, you know something, I really lose count on.
Bye.
That's even more stronger. Though. That's even more stronger.
You tell her, and she come around, if she come and tell you that, if she come around and tell you, you know something, Ranchi, I lose count on.
Yeah, that would be that would be
Listen,
taken differently
you know-
than if you say I last
No.
count.
Exactly.
I'm gonna run into it.
Exactly, Pinky.
I'm gonna run into it.
That's the double
Exactly.
I'm
standard.
gonna,
That is a
I'm gonna
double
run into
standard.
it.
That is a double standard,
oh,
Pinky.
yeah.
You're right.
I'm going to
It
run
is.
into it with all my 5 stars. I'm going to run into it with all
Ranchi, if
my
she tell you
5
she stop
stars.
counting after 2. After 2, I stop count. I don't count after 2. 2.
But that good. I don't.
I'm flinching. I find
Karen,
it.
Karen,
But
that's your number.
that
You
was
sticking
just-
with it, right?
That one just add to it.
Wait. Let me say something because she been writing a lot. Wanda said people need to keep numbers to themselves because people use that against them. Why they don't want to date that person. She said, besides in our small community, everybody gonna tell you. And then she says, all you need to know is if you like to do it a lot.
That's it.
Yes, exactly.
Experience level have nothing to do with quantity.
Ask me how much times I want to do it.
I
in
could
a
do it
day,
one
a
time and
week,
know I do it because
whatever.
I Google it.
Ask me
The
like
point
you
is,
know, if I have any fetishes and any kinks, ask
Google
me
teach
those
everything,
questions.
Karen.
Don't ask me how much.
Yo, I could stand and talk that. If a man come up and tell you, well, me know I last count because this year I done had 50 women.
why you ask?
I saying that tells me a lot about the person. If a man
I
tell
will
me
ask
I
the
done
person.
had 100 women this year,
If you want
I ain't
to know
asking because I frightened. I'm gonna tell her right now I am not asking. I do that one time already. Just like
the only thing to be asking the person is when last
I
you
didn't
get
know no
tested.
better.
That's what you need to ask.
Exactly.
When last you got tested? When was your last STD test? When
Walk
was
with it in your wallet.
HIV test?
Like you don't walk with your
let me
little
see that
COVID thing.
there. That's what you need to know. How often
You started to walk with the
test
COVID,
during
the
the
COVID,
year.
Right.
the COVID thing. Walk with your little thing. That's all
So
I
you
need.
could walk.
Exactly.
So you could actually people could walk with a STD tested.
Of course, you can get the
Of
results.
course.
They have
It's a
it in
lab
your
Result
result.
on the first date.
It's a lab result. You can walk
It's
with
in
it.
your app. I have all my
When
test
it's on the
results in
first
my
day.
app. I have
Beautiful.
I have my health record electronically, and I
You
can
do.
pull it up and show you all my
Laurent,
results.
your tattoo.
Exactly.
Right.
They need
That's
a
all you
tattoo
need.
of every
That's the question you need to
relationship,
be
a
asking.
Yeah,
When
barcode.
last
the
you get
other, the
tested?
other bar, yeah.
Or if
And
I
then
could
if
swing
they
from a
can't prove you
chandelier,
have to
I've
get
been with
tested,
40
you
people,
should not be having sex with that
110.
person. If they
And
can't
that's
prove you have to
true.
get
What
tested.
Halima's saying is true. To me, that should be the question. And the reason why I'm saying this is, again, like when I started the whole dating, people did ask me that question.
Yes,
Like, and I'm
but
thinking,
you should
like,
be asking.
why?
Nobody never
why is
asked me that question. I don't think.
really
They just don't want it to
important?
be run through. Nobody want a girl that get run through. Oh, I had like 45. 45. 45. That's
Okay,
like a
but
maximum. Like,
but you saying
what?
it's okay for a girl to take a man who been run through, but you can't take a girl.
Double
That's what you're
standard
saying?
we talking about.
I'm just saying.
Is that what you're
because my
saying?
thing
A
is
woman
like,
should accept you having 100 body count, but you can't accept her having 100 body
So
count.
exactly, and this is my thing, Lucien. So if you we're just throwing out numbers here, right?
Rubber,
Let's
rubber
just
band
say
stretch out.
you have,
No, please don't throw no numbers.
let's say your count is 35, right?
35.
And you
I'm
meet somebody.
insulted.
I'm just
I'm
saying.
insulted.
I'm just saying. Your count is 35.
Wow. 35.
He's insulted. Come
But you
on.
know, everybody talking about the STDs.
I-
Like, how much STDs you've had? Like, look, this thing could get deep.
It could. But and
Put the
now
number
this
bigger.
person
Put
says
the
the
number bigger
same
first.
number.
Put a zero behind that.
That's what I'm saying. Like 35.
What's the problem? Huh?
That's my question. What's the issue? The two I had the
If
same
you
body
say a
count.
number and she
Why
says
is
that
she less
same
than
number,
you?
what is the problem?
Rubber band stretch
Yeah,
out.
why is
She
she
get
less
run
than
through.
you?
She get run
They
through.
ain't got no more
Rubber band
grippage.
stretch out. Not as
Ain't got
long
no
as
more
you got
grippage.
No more
aluminum
tension. No more
pharmacy.
tension.
No.
No
I
more
was
grippage.
Punch that ain't true.
Nora.
But you,
I'm just
but yeah, so
saying,
what's,
like-
yeah, but seriously, what's the problem? Like, if I had the same body count,
No, but my thing is
What's the
this. Though.
problem?
I mean, we have to practice to get better for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
and who you
So what we
practicing
gonna
with?
do? Google
So
it?
you causing a female
And
to
who
be
are you
considered
practicing
run
it with?
through, and no matter why, she because of you.
So what do you think of?
Wait,
Well,
wait,
hold
wait,
up. Well, wait a minute. But wait, let me ask a
And
question
then
now.
mad
So
if you get
let me
body
ask a
count.
question. What do you think of a
Gotta
man that has a high number? Suppose a man
I don't
comes to you and say,
care.
"Listen, I got like about a 110 or let's say I got like a 250."
I
What's
don't
that
know why
credit
you're telling
score?
him, tell me Axie. My
I
question
just
is,
about to say that.
If a man
I
got
just
high
being
credit
I,
score,
again.
Oh my God.
I
if he's spitting out his
What-
numbers,
what-
something wrong.
What
Yeah,
if
what are
somebody
you telling
come
me
to
that?
I with a high number? What is your
I
reaction?
don't care.
I mean,
Number one,
Halima. Remember, I preface by saying,
I do
"What's the
not
relevance?"
care.
I don't have a problem either.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
what
I don't
said.
want to know.
don't.
But my
I-
thing is,
I-
if you spitting out your numbers like that, something wrong with
I
you.
don't
You
want to
need
know because
increase your
I
body
don't want to
count.
spit out my
so
number.
accustomed to people asking that question, I guess. But I would never ask you that question because I don't care. Because number one, you can have a high body count and still be a shitty lover. Period. Okay? You could sleep with
Fact.
a
And that's
200
probably why you have a
women
high body
and
count because
never
every
had
time
a
you try to leave you.
sexual partner. Okay? So that might be the problem. You have a high body count and you don't know what you're doing.
That's true.
And nobody
Every
wants to
time
be
you
condemned.
come wrong and you fling stroke, that's it. Now you can go get to the
Yeah,
next.
You know, go-
You might
Want to be over quality.
Can you want you again? She can find somebody else to do sex with.
Audition
Can you
over.
So that's probably why. Halima, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
You can't find one person to continuously have sex with you. That's why your body can't hide. Because you don't know what you need.
Yeah, use a no repeater.
Yeah, you don't have no
Like them people with
sexual partners.
five baby mamas.
If
Five
Wow.
anything, I'll ask you
no
like how many
repeats.
serious relationships you've been in and did they end bad? That's what I'm gonna ask you. How many
That's the
serious
question
ones
you need to
in
ask.
and did it
How was
end
your
bad?
how did your last relationship end?
Yeah, how did it end? That's my thing. Like when
That's
it comes to, if I want to have a relationship with you, first of all, I'm not gonna have sex right off with you. If it's a casual thing, then yeah, I'm gonna ask you these questions like when was your last STD testing, things like that. There, when a serious relationship, the questions are different. If it's just a casual shit where I don't really care have a future with you, I'm gonna be like, what's your STD thing? Blah blah blah, what the case may be.
But it's always a
body count
creative
don't
way to
matter.
get
What
around that
matters is
question,
if you want a relationship, if it's a relationship, you should be focused on how your last relationship ended. How do you act when you are angry? Do you compromise? You know, how do you feel about being monogamous? Do you want an open relationship? You know, those are the questions you need to be asking. You know,
Yeah. Open
relationships.
relationships.
I want to know.
But
she
this
get
is the
run
thing too.
through.
You want to know what?
I want to know she get run through. I mean, yeah.
But that's my
Again,
point, Lucian.
again,
But Lucian,
people don't
you
always say
causing
the
a
correct
female
number.
not to have a man because you don't run she sleep with you.
Listen,
This would
if
say
she,
how much you sleep with. I see X, Y, and Z.
I
So
think-
that's my
I think
point. You guys causing
she
these
pass-
females to be
if she
considered
pass-
run through and then don't want to be with them.
Well, I think it
But it's
depending on her
higher
age. It depends on her age. If you're like 25 and you done had like 50 dudes, I mean, I think that's like run through. I'm just saying.
But you already had
But
60 by that
again,
age. So why you
Lucian,
run
most
through and you already have
women,
60?
most women, if the woman was really interested in you, most women, because of the stigma, is not going to tell you the correct number.
Yeah, women would never tell you the right number.
It's not
period.
women, no.
I'm just saying.
You would
It
never know the right
depends.
number.
It
So
depends on the
the question is,
situation.
if
It
you
depends
can't
on the
believe that, yeah, if you get with
circumstances.
somebody and you ask the body
Nobody
count
will
and
tell.
you can't
Nobody will
believe the
tell the truth.
number, like what's gonna
I'll
happen
tell.
then?
I'll be honest about
Really?
this.
Yes,
Me,
people
I
will
like-
tell the truth. Yes, people
No,
will tell the truth.
a female is not
What?
gonna tell you her true body count.
I think my
Why-
body count
why-
is kind of low, really. I mean,
It depends on the individual. Okay, let me say that. It depends on the relationship. It depends on who you are as an individual, and it depends on what you want out of this relationship.
Mine's
Wanda
gonna be
said,
Well,
Wanda
and then
said women
Because
know
you
how
don't
they
want a
will be
commitment in
labeled.
a long-term relationship, and you going in with this person, you investing in this person for long-term, and you going in lying.
even if I want to marry you, it's gonna be two.
But listen, Wanda said women know how they will be labeled, so they're gonna lie.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
women lie
And that
too.
is a
At the
point,
end of the
Wanda,
day-
to be taken.
But at the end of the day, if a
that's why
man
nobody
has
gonna
a
tell the
lot-
truth.
been with a
Exactly.
lot of
You
partners,
cannot
he
say
might
that,
not even
Janice.
remember all the partners he's been with.
They
So
ain't
at the
tell
end
the
of the
truth.
day, it might not even be, again, the correct answer because they might have forgotten about this one and that one and this one and that one.
Yeah,
make
it's
no
always going to be a
sense.
double standard. That
notes.
question is always going to be a double standard, and women are always going to be viewed negatively, even though the men are the reason why they have a body count. So it's as simple as that. Lucian practicing on people girl children and then getting mad at people girl children because they have a high body count. But it's I who do it. It's your fault. So how are you mad at me? And it's your fault.
That's-
How
Come
you-
on.
how-
now.
You
Well,
have
how
to
could
get
you
the
say that?
experience
Man.
from somewhere. Like I tell you, there's only
And that's
so
the
much
thing,
you
if
can
don't
Google,
want
and
a one-way
only so much you can
experience,
learn
but
from
you
YouTube.
experimenting on people children, but you don't
That
want
works
to
both ways.
experience.
That works
Did you
both
read
ways,
Nora's-
Selena, because the
Did y'all read
man got
Nora's
try to.
comment?
That's what I'm
Did y'all
saying.
read
That's why I
Nora's
say it
comment?
shouldn't matter how much people you have sex with.
And that's
A woman,
true.
woman,
Her
but women
comment-
have to try also. It works both ways.
But her
Exactly.
comment is valid.
So then
Her
don't ask
comment
the body
is
count.
valid. Nora said, men can be run through, big gut, stinky, hot breath, and at a 200 count, and still some poor soul will go for him.
That's true.
Yeah, but it won't be vice versa, Nora.
Yeah,
It won't be
right,
vice
right.
versa.
And that's her
Carrying
point.
them,
With a big
no
belly,
higher.
with a big belly, stinky hot breath, no, she would not get picked up. No. But if she was run through, but she looked fine, she looked good, she looked brand new, everything still in order, everything together, no rubber banding stretch out, everything good.
Listen, as long as they got
Man's toes,
pharmacy,
After the,
the rubber band
after the
could be stretched
audition.
out, it gonna come back. We
After the
woman,
audition.
we could do that. We're
Girl,
women,
listen
we can
here,
burn
stop
a
it.
football.
Girl,
Come
listen
on,
here,
Ayo.
stop it.
We could do what? Karen, what we could do?
We can burn a football. We got thing called elasticity.
That's only birthing.
No, honey. It could stretch out. They got pharmacy down the road. Okay? Women know how to handle their business, so that has nothing to do with it. That cannot be an evaluating
listen,
factor.
the count don't matter, right?
What are you referring to?
Listen,
Okay, so this is my
That's
question.
crunchy.
So this is my question.
That's crunchy.
Does and this is how we're gonna, because we're going over. This is just a question for each person. Yes or no? Well, I already know Louis' answer, but I'm just still gonna go around. Does count matter to you, Jerome?
No.
Karen? Well, I talked about for the guy.
No, it doesn't.
Halima,
No, it doesn't.
Trina.
In all honesty, it does matter, but I ain't asking because I'm afraid to hear. Because if I hear, I just can't handle it. So let me
There
just
it
be
is.
honest, because it matters to me. Okay.
Okay. How about you, Lucian?
It sure does.
Okay. How about
We don't
you,
want no-
Auntie?
We don't want
Why?
no neighborhood pharmacy up in here. We just, we ain't getting that. We ain't that.
How about you, Raji?
it matters and it don't matter. It matters and it don't matter. It depends
One
on
side
the
matters and one don't.
yeah. It matters. I would the higher percentage goes with it matters.
And how
So
about you, Louis?
Wait, let me ask a question too, Debbie. So if you know a woman have a high body count, would you trust her? Or if a dude have a high body count, would you trust him?
I
Because
would
to
know
me,
Camille asking.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm
Ain't
not
no problem.
I think it
But your
tells you a
body
lot
count ain't
about
gotta
the
be
person character,
not
you know.
necessarily. Not
And
necessarily.
we change, not to say the person bad or the person good. I just saying
Well, that's exactly
our
how you judge it then.
history, who we are. Our history is a part of who we are. When we meet people, we don't tell people our name. We don't have to share all of that with people until you're there in a committed relationship.
Okay, and I think I just want. That's what I was about to get to. Let me say this though, just to respond to Debbie, though, really quick. It really depends on the stage of the relationship, the level of the relationship that you're in, like what Pinky was just talking about. Because yeah, initially, if I just checking you out and we kicking it, you don't need to know my. I don't need to yours. I don't need to know.
Exactly.
No, if you gain seriously involved, this is somebody that you plan to spend the rest of your life with. If
And
it
it
comes
matters.
up, if it
It
comes
matters.
up, and then
It-
it's like what Roger said. Yes,
it
it does, and sometimes it don't. So I
Yep.
guess it's based on the situation and
So if you
circumstances.
fall in love with this person and you see this going, everything about this person fits you. You all are yoked. You all are
I
moving
don't know
in
if I'm
the
gonna ask though.
and that question. I know that's what I'm saying. But if the
I don't know if
question
I gonna
doesn't
ask.
come
It
up,
might come up, but I don't know if I gonna do
Me,
the
I
asking.
ain't asking because
Is
if I
that
in love
going
with you
to
and we getting married and I ask the question
Yeah,
and
but
then you
wait,
tell me
is
I
that
know
going
I
to
gonna get
change
nightmares, let
how
me just
you
leave
look
it
at
at
this woman now after you've developed this relationship and everything is just working? Is that going to change?
You know something? Because I don't want to be
Louis,
going on the road. I don't want to be going on
I
the
could
road and
honest. I
then.
everybody laughing at you.
Louis,
I could
Yeah,
say
listen,
from
yeah.
I seen somebody, I seen a couple, or a guy, madly in love with his girlfriend, had a baby together, going good, and then he found out that he didn't know her full body count, but he just found out that she has a very high body count, and he couldn't be okay with it. It was never okay again. He never slept with her again. Like they were living together, everything already. He was broken.
And this was how
See,
much
that's why I
time
say you
after?
can't. It's so sticky because if you
it's a
wait
funny
too
thing.
long to ask, you could get in trouble. So my thing is, if it matters, which I know it matters
Yeah.
to me, I am not asking the question because if
Yeah.
I find out and the number overwhelm me, how am I going to move forward with that? Right? Like,
Louis, so what you're saying is this, right? So if you find out that your girl have a body count of 1,000 because she used to be a porn star,
Oh,
that ain't gonna
God.
bother you?
I know what we're getting into. I know what we're getting into because she was a porn star. That's probably why that attracted.
It wouldn't
And
bother
that
me.
probably
It
is what
wouldn't bother
attracted
me.
me to her because she was a porn star.
No, but you don't know, Louis. You didn't know that. She tell you after you get married.
If she was a porn star, I'd probably see her at some point, man. I'd have to know.
Let me answer that as well. Let me answer that as well.
you know the porn industry.
I'd probably see her at some point. Oh, that's you. Oh, that's you. I saw you before.
Jerome saying something. Go ahead, Jerome.
Let me answer Lucia as well. It's really and truly, it depends on the situation. If you really and truly love somebody, the body count, it doesn't really matter.
Me no.
Even if the person decided to tell it to you not too long after, really and truly, it depends on the situation of the person. If you really do love the person and the person has an understanding.
I feel like
And
Listen, Jerome, that's nice, but that's great. Nobody gonna come and tell me 1,000 and I'm gonna be cool with it. Let me just put that out there.
Now, nah,
By
it's
Jerome?
different. That means
It's like
everything changes from
Jerome-
that point
Jerome
on.
The thing is, it's
It
one
depends on
thing
that
to
point. So
say.
your
It's one thing to
maturity
say
changes
it
I don't want to hear
without
it. Though.
experiencing it. It's one thing to say without experiencing it, or being in it, or living it, or seeing it on paper. It's one thing to just like say so. But if you went through it, bro, I telling you, I see this man like he wanted to cry. I see this man so leave the body, literally leave the body.
I don't want.
So I'm going to tell you something why that happened. You want me to tell you why that happened? They probably was in a long relationship for a long time, and he trusted, and he never believed that could happen. Now, when having kids with somebody, and you reach to that point that you say, okay, you know what, this is the level that I'm on, and then your boys them trip on you, then you get to find out all the stuff what they're talking about is true, and you're denying, and then after the end of the day, you end up knowing it's true. You lose trust, understanding,
How he not
comprehension.
does
You can
does
see
she
this
come out
happen.
and admit?
That's what I'm saying. It depends on the situation. If she knows that she have done this, and like for
Karen,
instance, small Essex,
Karen, like you
let
said,
me
we
just
live
say
in
this.
small
She
communities,
done
Karen.
Martin
I
and
would have
she
take it to
around
my
and she
grave.
said
You
that.
could have put me in a lie detector.
If she didn't say that,
Karen,
hey,
you could take it to your grave, but if the island know what you was doing,
That's the
if the
island
island, the
business.
Yeah,
island,
but
End of the
it's
day,
not.
yeah,
It
that's
won't be
at the
nice.
I
end of the
understand what you
day,
guys
It won't be
are
nice.
saying now.
It won't be
I
nice.
fully understand what I am saying.
she's
What I'm
smart
saying
enough to
is,
flip that script. So
why
you
is it?
believe people on the street and you believe your wife? Well, go sleep with the people
Yeah,
on the
but
street.
why
As
is
a
it
matter of
that
fact, go be with the
you
people on the
want
street.
to leave this
Believe
girl,
them.
but she shouldn't leave you? That's my point.
Yeah,
You want her to stay with you,
she
and you
better
have
have her
1,000
OT.
body
If
count.
he's so caught up
You
with what
can't stay
people
with her.
telling him.
That's why I don't understand.
technically,
I
no,
would,
no.
I would you,
You can't
Halima,
sit on
and
the
I would
Halima.
Jerome.
But
Because
that's
the
my
You
fact
can't
is,
sit
question
up.
to you. You guys are
You
saying
can't
if
sit
you
up.
love this person and you find out their body count, you leave it. But when it's flipped over, you
Thank you,
don't want
Body
her
Norma.
count
to
shouldn't
leave
matter.
you.
But
You
you
don't
can't
want
sit
her to
up
leave you.
because
You
there
want
are
her to
women.
stay.
There are
I
women
with
that
you
won't
with
be
that,
with a guy because
Halima.
he had a high
It
body
is an
count.
injustice.
So what
But
is
It's
that's
not
an
an
No, I'm
injustice.
saying
But
injustice
what
that
Jerome
because
was
because
saying,
it
I
goes
want to
both
address what
ways.
Jerome was
Wait, wait,
saying.
wait. Too many people talking at one time.
It
Yeah,
goes
that's what I'm
both
saying.
ways.
Karen
It
and
goes
Halima,
both
let me
ways.
answer you
There
this
are
way.
women that won't date guys because they have a high body
They
count.
never
It
had
goes
trust in
both
the
ways.
relationship
That's
to
true.
begin with, because you're gonna believe people on the
That's
street before you believe the
insecurity.
woman that you
It
tell
ain't
yourself
even.
and
But
die.
the thing is,
Halima
That's
and
people
Karen?
does
insecurity.
people
So
does change, right?
the
What
whole
Jerome
point,
was saying was
so the whole
significant in
point
the
is like,
fact that you might have a history, but that don't mean you're in change. So to hold a history against somebody, like if I meet somebody and he tell me he sleep with 1,000 woman, I mean that would really cause me to hyperventilate. But at the end of the day,
Why are
he
you
said,
believing people
that's who I
outside of
was in my
relationship?
youth, and I changed my ways. I mean, I'd have a hard time believing it, but you know what I'm saying? Because if you had such a high number, you have a real high sex drive, and I probably can't match that. You know, I probably don't want to. There's a lot of factors. So what I'm saying is, we think that it's insignificant, but it's not insignificant because again, if somebody tell me they had 100,000 sex, but I looking at you like you got a high sex drive. I looking at you like, okay, maybe you are a porn star, like maybe you weren't, because if you're a porn star, you'd have had 2,000. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but what I'm saying is, it does matter, but people do change. We could take into a consideration. But don't get too far in knowing that it matters. Like, I know it matters to me. Don't get too far in and then go and turn around and ask the question, because then you might call off the wedding
That's
or
your
leave
own
them
demise.
standing up
That's
there.
your own demise.
It might
Yeah, what you were
happen,
saying,
you
Jerome?
know?
What you were saying, Jerome?
Yeah, I wanted to just ask Karen and Halima.
Halima.
Yes.
Halima. Okay, let me ask a question. If you ladies actually got a gentleman, and not a man, a gentleman, there's a total difference. This guy is taking care of everything for you. If you have kids, he's taking care of your kids. If you are disappointed and you come from work, he's rubbing your feet. He's taking care of you in all the necessary areas that you feasibly see and actually, and you're like, wow. And then you decide to say, you know what? A month later, babes, what's actually your body count though? And he turns and say, well, I really don't want to go into that. And then you go into it more with him. He said, well, I'm in from my 16 to now probably 1,500.
What?
And he does all those things, 1,500. Let me just say that.
Oh,
Are you gonna tell him, you know what? I can't be with you no more. He's already into it. Your kids love him, and your family loves him. What are you gonna do then? You're gonna dump him?
Listen, no, wait. Let me answer, please. Let me
Go
explain
first.
something to you guys. Okay.
I can't breathe with a number to after that, Jerome. Literally, I can't.
Yeah, Pinky might not be able to handle it, but let me explain something to you. You have to understand something. My main concern is, do you have a disease that will kill my health and allow my kids to be motherless? That's my question to you. Do you have any diseases? That's all I want to know.
Let me answer when she
How much
finishes.
sex partner you had? whatever you had going on back there, obviously it don't matter because me and you good. You ain't cheating, you loyal, you taking care of me. I happy, my kids happy, bills paid, we doing our thing. Your body count doesn't mean anything. Now, if you tell me you dealt with me and you still having sex with other people,
That's
is
a
a
problem.
problem.
That's the difference.
That's the
Yeah.
I understand. That's a problem.
Does not
There's the
matter
maturity
at
there.
I
all.
see. I
maturity
see
there.
from your
That's
perspective,
what I'm
Helena.
talking
I
about.
see
Why
from your
does
perspective.
it matter? You are happy. He's loyal. He's faithful. Everything going right in your relationship, and you on end with this man that you love you're cheering them because of his past sexual partners, and he is disease free.
There's women that will do that, Halima.
Well, that's
Exactly.
not me.
And I gonna piggyback off what Halima just says. Furthermore, is letting somebody outside of my relationship infiltrate my relationship with any type of information that's going to ruin my life, that I at fault. So if you come and tell me my man had 1 million body count, this is my relationship. And if he's disease free and he treating me like I'm supposed to be treated and he respects me, his past is just that, his past. I am not allowing, and I've done it before. I don't let nobody come in and tell me anything about my man. You understand?
Yeah.
Because this is my relationship. And I don't let people dictate how I move forward in my relationship. But if he's treating me bad and the body count is continuing to add up, then we have a problem. You're now disrespecting
If you
me.
still have
I am not gonna let
with me with other
exactly.
people,
I ain't gonna let
that's
your
the
partner
problem.
or my neighbor or somebody across the street come and tell me how much. So how you know he got body count? You been there?
Exactly.
Were you a
But
part
suppose
of
now,
that?
suppose now, Karen, like your boy was like, yeah, the man, like, what? That's your girl? I see she ras in this little tape the other day.
If he ignorant enough to believe them, then you go be a part of the tape. You be a
No,
part
because
of
I
the
watched the
audience.
tape too. And then he told me, and he come and show me the tape.
And that's the
now.
problem. People
My thing
sit
is
there
just
and
being
let outside people come
that's
into
being
their
dishonest.
relationship. You have a problem. I don't care how much.
Yeah,
I
but
could,
that's
I
what
could have
she
the tape on
did.
my
That's not what
phone.
she's doing
If
now.
I ain't show it to you, it ain't me. Like Shaggy said,
The
it wasn't
tape
me.
won't go public before anybody in anything anyway. 'Cause
Yeah,
the way,
but
the
it
life,
doesn't
the way
matter.
we live in.
You shouldn't allow
But
people to come into your relationship and tell you why you know his body count. Why is it of your importance how much body count he has? Or I
Something
have, or
happens and they
she
want to
have.
be the person
If
with
he
you.
to
treated
what
me
to
like
what
a
Jerome
queen,
said,
If they see you're happy, Jerome, and they're like, no, I
They're
need
gonna
to
do
end
that.
this relationship, they will come
yeah.
and tell you what you did not know.
Especially in St. Croix, they got some rootless people. They don't want to see you happy. So they don't come make up somebody count. Well, make it up. Well, he have 20, I have 50. Boom.
well, to Jerome said,
Well, how would
obviously
somebody
that
make up
1500,
somebody
that
count?
1500, you
But I don't care. It
you gain
wasn't
a
me.
wealth of knowledge, through that
First of all, she
1500.
have
That's
to admit. She have
Correct.
to admit it was her. Right?
that's how you're able to be more attentive and with regards to
Understanding.
detail and how to deal with your woman because
But
of
like I said, everybody does not
the experience.
think like me, and that's
Everything is
perfectly
about
fine.
experience.
I'm just saying,
That's-
you
that's-
want
that's
this
correct as
person
well.
to stay with you,
But
you're
doesn't
not gonna
somebody
stay
have
with
to
her.
admit that's their body count? Like you gonna
You know,
accuse your
it's-
woman for the entire
Nobody could
relationship?
tell
maturity.
nobody could tell somebody
It's
another
maturity.
person body count unless they
Oh,
share
they
that.
do though.
It's
Yeah,
not-
but
Okay,
like they're saying,
maybe
if your
that
boy,
wouldn't make no sense to me. Like how somebody else come up and say, hey, Pinky had 10 man. Like who could say that? Like how would they know?
They
It's
don't have
true.
to know. They just don't
It's
say.
true.
People would lie. Like if you, as you post your man or your
still
woman
adds to
on your
maturity.
Facebook or social media, somebody gonna be in your
if you
inbox saying,
believe
you know
them, we
something?
done. I write in
I
the
know this here, I know
newspaper
that there.
myself.
Somebody
Eh.
always jumping in and have something to say, whether it's true or not.
But again,
Right.
I think that in the world that we live in,
They're
a
all
woman
double
is more
standards.
likely to accept that
Mhm.
than if the rules
Than the man.
reverse.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah,
if
ours are double
Exactly,
standards.
exactly.
It's always
It
gonna be a
depends.
double
And
standard.
it is a double standard.
Well, I ain't
And they're always
confessing
It
to
is as
nothing.
well.
You
But
go
It is as well.
I think at the end of the day, we as women have to show up and decide who we want to be in the wall and who we want to represent. If it's ourselves in a certain manner, because men want women with experience. They want this, they want that, but they don't want you to get run through. So which one you want? Like
You
you know
want
what I
to
mean?
Google
Like,
it.
yeah,
You want to
you
Google
know,
it.
like who you
That's
gonna be?
actually that's complicated as well too, because when you say it like that, it's not that men feel that way. Well, me understanding it is not like that. I feel that if a woman is being run through, it's just that she has been nurtured by the right guy. She just has not been reached to someone to understand her, to make her reach to that higher level of knowledge. And it's actually vice versa.
I gotta write
Because
that one down.
if a man doing things back and forth, Lucien, don't give me that look. Don't give me that look.
No, but Jerome, you're right because
You know,
Jerome, you
I
make some
study-
serious points. Go
I
ahead,
study to a
Jerome.
point in understanding because a woman can be
Looking for
literate in
love in
so
all
much
the
of
wrong
different
places.
ways that you don't know exactly what's her capability because she's not been nurtured. And as well,
Right.
that same woman can actually
She
make a
meet the
man
right man
so
yet.
strong
Damn.
that after another
have-
2, 3, 4 years,
Jerome.
you don't know what
Jerome.
she's capable of.
Jerome,
Take
do you have
notes,
a-
take
Williams
notes.
Delight,
I
I
agree
remember
with
that.
you.
Williams Delight.
WD
I
in
from
the
Mumby Juice,
house.
so I from Mumby Juice, so we neighbors, Jerome. We neighbors.
WD in the house.
No,
Yes,
Jerome is
madam.
right because I have a
Jerome.
lot of women out here
Jerome,
searching
do you
for
have-
love. I have a lot of women who have
Puppy.
been lied to. So
Puppy,
they have been
Jerome.
in and out of relationships, They've been lied to. You know, there's a lot of things. And so because of this, they have been in many relationships thinking that this is the guy. He gonna marry me.
And
And
did
they
a
ended
lie,
up
did a
sleeping with them.
bamboozle women.
And they tell them, you know, they lie to you and stuff like that. So
Pinky, can I ask a question, please? Can I ask a question?
No.
Okay, Jerome, do you have a cape?
I have
What?
kid. What's a
cape, a cape.
Superman cape. Batman
Lucien,
cape.
I know where you're going with that already.
No, he want to know if you he want to know if you want to be a Captain Savaho.
Captain Save.
No,
That's what he's
Jerome,
alluding
you're right.
to.
No, you're right, Jerome.
Listen,
I
let me
speak
tell you
about
something. Some people,
in
some
general.
people don't want to be saved, my brother. No, but some of them don't want to be saved.
You see, now
that's
that I
just how they
understand
are.
that.
I think
Kind of
the
a
women
derog-
want
kind of a
admit it.
derogatory phrase.
I don't
I
understand
don't
it, but it
want
still
to.
falls back to the same thing as I said. The comprehension and the understanding from that young lady when she's been growing up. Matter of fact,
Mhm.
both man and
And she-
woman. If a
and
man,
she'll go
if a
there
young
and
boy
she'll tell
sees
you.
his father
Mhm.
cheating straight the whole time, he's going to repeat that because you know what? Ice cream and lollipop is still sweet. So he's going to keep on be doing the same thing over and over
You
and
trying
over.
some
A
gems
woman,
tonight? Ice cream and lollipop is still sweet. Let me write these things down.
oh, you want me to
Can
say
you put
Johnny
it on your
Rancher
phone?
and
You
fries?
got notes on
You want me
your
to
phone.
say Johnny Rancher and
And
granola bars? Well, you know, and for the female now, it's the same thing. If she and her mother being belittled and brought down and beaten, and which most of the time that's the case, beaten and brought down, and they don't have no self-independence and none of those things. What happens when the man, he's going to be overpowering? And some guys, sorry for saying it, they does talk the right words
Don't say
and say
sorry.
the right things. I appreciate that. My bad. They just say the right words. So, like for instance, the good guys now, when they're actually trying to nurture or talk to a young lady that actually has been damaged, I'm gonna use the word damaged because at that point, that's what she call herself. She's not gonna say, "Well, I've been this and this." So she's gonna look at herself like something's wrong with her. So she's gonna say, "I am damaged." Now, when that happens, she's belittled. She doesn't have no confidence. She doesn't have no stability. She doesn't have nothing. And if you have to build a house, the first thing you need to know is concrete. You need to get foundation. You need to put things in place. And she doesn't understand that. The guy would not understand that neither. So for something like that to be structural, you actually have to now break down those barriers of walls on both sides. And until you reach to that point, you can't put on that cape.
And
You
that's
can't
work.
put on and say, hey, you did you all. And it doesn't take 1 month, it doesn't take 2 months, and some people just don't want to wait that. They have the idea of the relationship, but it doesn't have the physical dependence to say, hey, you know what? I like how this girl looks. She looks tall, she looks sweet. She maybe have 6 kids. You know what? I can't do that. Not knowing what that woman can do for them in the long run.
True.
In that sense, you know?
well,
True.
we
It
appreciate
goes
you,
vice
Jerome,
versa.
because now
Yes.
we wish like maybe you were a little older or just a little bit. So then you'd be older than me, just a little bit. Just a little
Was
bit,
that-
not too much.
What?
Or maybe
Jerome.
your father if he's single. He's single.
Pinky busting she
Trina,
shot, bro.
I try to figure out what's going on.
Pinky busting she shot.
Pinky rolling.
Pinky rolling through, right?
Wait, what's
Fine.
going on here? I
You
don't
gotta be
understand what's going
older.
on
Or you
here.
gotta be
Halima.
single. Like, can't be here, can't.
Halima, she learning from you.
I
Listen,
just saw Robin.
it is 9:57. And again, I want to thank everybody. This is part 1. We'll be back. with part
We
2
went over by
and
20
30
minutes. So,
minutes.
so I guess
but I
next
wanna-
week gonna be even hotter.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody again for coming on board with us. All the comments, again, continue to post and enlighten all of us. And I wish everybody all the best for the rest of the week. Please stay safe. This craziness is not over with yet. So be well and have a great rest of your weekend.
All right, guys.
Bye, Jimmy Choo Choo.
Later.
Wishing everyone good things, great things, and beautiful things, man. Be safe, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good
Thank
night,
you very
everyone.
much.
Thank you.
Peace in the Middle East.
Knowledge.
We out.